Hello and welcome to build up to a good game. An hour and 5 minutes away from kickoff, which means we're 5 minutes away from the team lineups as West Ham United take on Liverpool. Gonzo, the fan base are looking forward to this one. There's a right good feel-good factor on social media today.
It's there. I've not been on. I've been to Aldi instead, but there wasn't such a feel-good factor in Aldi. In fact, I don't think there were many West Ham. I did. I bumped into a West Ham fan in Aldi. Hello, Darren. He was feeling confident though.
What aisle were you in? Were you in the anything goes aisle?
No. I was in the checkout as quickly as you. They are quick. Boop, 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 boop. I mean, crikey, you know. Oh, I was exhausted by the time I finished.
Anyway, you're still feeling confident before you see the lineup in the preview. You went a bit bold, not bold, that's your head. You went bold, and you went 3-0 West Ham.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Why not? Why not, Gio? I am feeling a bit confident, actually. And do you know what? I'm not on my own. Loads of other people are as well.
I'm very confident, and I don't like it. I get nervous being this confident. It scares me. I'm trying to come up with excuses why we won't win. I'm trying to keep myself grounded. But every time I come up with an excuse, I bat it away with something else. There's a reason as to why we're going to win. We'll find out in a few minutes, Gonzo, but a lot of talk that Sadio Mane is not playing today. Andy Robertson might have given away some team news. Basically, Andy Robertson took him out of his fantasy league team. The last time Andy Robertson did that was against Brighton, and Mane was on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what. I've one or two things. Either it is genuine, and Andy Robertson is just looking after his fantasy football team, which is fine, or it's a ploy and it's a trick, and he remembers what's happened against Brighton. So Andy Robertson is playing mind games. If that's the case, I'm even more delighted with that. It means they're so worried about West Ham, they're trying to play fantasy football league mind games. It means they're so puzzled that they're doomed anyway.
Yeah, I do know Sadio Mane is at the Liverpool team hotel, though. In terms of links and stuff, we actually know someone that's quite handy with the Liverpool team. But believe it or not, Liverpool are actually clamping down on the lineups that are getting leaked at the moment. They're trying to stop them getting leaked because the lineups have continuously been sort of put out on social media a couple of hours before kickoff and stuff. Sounds familiar, isn't it? It's not just West Ham it happens at, but they're
is ex-Anfield employee in trouble?
It's not ex-Anfield employee. Also, if it was the same thing, it'd be ex-Liverpool employee. He's not called ex-Upton Park employee, is he?
Oh, that's the other one. Yeah, I you know, he's even naughtier, that one.
You signed up to their own Patreon, you?
I have. I wonder, he's only got 3 followers. And he gives me no news.
You might about to say your news must be awful. Where are you getting told?
Adrian's in goal today, but he doesn't know which club.
They hate him. Liverpool fans hate Adrian.
What, ex-Anfield employee?
No, they hate Adrian. He put up a thing saying, off to London again. A picture of him on the plane, and all the comments were like, "Oh, I got excited. I thought they were taking you back there for a minute." Stuff. It's very harsh. They really don't like him.
Plane.
Yeah, they flew down.
They should have rode.
Why?
Keep them fit. Take longer. I'm more exhausted when I get down.
Brilliant. Anyway, what is there any changes you're hoping to see in the West Ham team that defeated Crystal Palace, or are you hoping Moyes keeps it the same?
No, I would like the same. That would be great. We know Moyes likes this. That's why Moyes was saying when we had our first good, either our first or our fourth good.
Just to butt in, some good news. Leicester 1, Leeds 2. Leeds have just scored against Leicester City.
Not on my telly, it ain't. It's 1-1.
Oh, right. If I were you, I'd quickly get a bet on Bamford to score the next goal.
I will. Yeah, hopefully my betting company is delayed as my very legal coverage of the game.
It's a fantastic finish by Bamford, to be fair. But great news for West Ham. Leicester 1, Leeds 2 with 20 minutes on the clock to go. Anyway, for you that are new to this show, what we do is we have a little look at the West Ham lineup, a little look at the Liverpool one, have a little discussion, get a little bet on, give the winnings away. We've not won one yet, but the odds are going to be juicy today. The odds are going to be juicy because we both fancy a West Ham win prior to seeing the lineups. Also, we've got a potential giveaway.
Go!
This video will...
Gio, unbelievable, Jeff. Bamford has just scored for Leeds United to put them 2-1 up against Leicester.
Told you, my ball here. My psychic ball was on point. You know what else my psychic ball is saying, Gonzo?
Tell us about the psychic balls.
It's also saying unchanged 11 for West Ham, but let's have a little look. Fabianski in goal, Sufal, Dawson, O'Brien and Creswell at the back with Rice and Souček in midfield. Antonio up front with 3 attacking midfielders of Fornals, Bowen and Saeed Benrahma. It's on the screen there for you. That's the West Ham starting 11. As expected, but happy.
I am happy. Yeah, I think they're all happy as well. I think that's really the key point. I think all our team are happy. They seem really motivated. Everything I've seen of them in the news and, their social media and stuff like that. And this is a massive part. I mean, I think we go in with a little spring in our step and we go in confident. I think there's a lot to be said for a settled team, not just continuity, but confidence.
Tell you what, Gonzo. I'm going to do something a bit unusual here. I'm going to jump straight to the Liverpool 11 because I've just seen it. And I've just got more excited. I've actually got
it's going to be like Arsenal fan TV, but excitement.
So I'm not far away from that.
Me too, I'll join you.
Alisson in goal. It doesn't get exciting yet. But the back four of Robertson, Henderson, Nat Phillips and Alexander-Arnold, as expected. A midfield trio of Thiago, Wijnaldum and James Milner. And a front three of Salah, Shaqiri and Origi. Why you're nearly laughing?
Sorry, I recognise the fullbacks. The others, I wasn't so sure.
I'm trying to stay grounded, but I've just got a little bit more optimistic here. I've got a bit more optimistic. But anyway, let's go back to the West Ham 11. It's now what I would call our first 11. This is our first choice 11, I think. The live chat are getting exciting as well. We'll turn to the live chat soon. We've also got a competition. This video is turning into a watch along. You don't have to go anywhere, and it's through to the full-time whistle. We've got a competition. If we hit 16,000 subscribers today, we need about 150. It's quite far. We're going to give away a Hammers Chat mug at some point in the stream. So get subscribed if you haven't already, and drop the like on the video. We'll give one of you guys the mug. But yeah, West Ham's 11, Gonzo.
I mean, just really, really pleased with it. I mean, if you just take away the quality of the players for a moment, just a settled team. So even at its barest minimum, we have a settled team against a team in complete disarray in terms of its selection, which is not their fault. Clearly, they can only pick from who's available. If they've got players dropping like flies, it still means we have a settled team. We have to work on our team framework and our positioning far less than they do, and this is a bad time to be trying to work on your team tactics because you don't have any time. Liverpool only played on Thursday and they've been flying around in the plane for the rest of the time by the looks of it, and they won't have had much time on the training ground. And when you've got an inexperienced centre half and a midfielder as your defence, when you've got a midfield that aren't used to playing with each other, when you've got a front line which aren't used to featuring, everybody needs to be drilled in their jobs and their roles and all the rest of it. Well, I think there'll certainly be plenty of cohesion in terms of he's a talented player. Shaqiri's a very, very talented footballer. He's going to, they will have a level of understanding, him and Salah and things like that. So can they open us up? Yes, but actually in terms of defence, it's going to be difficult for them when we're trying to do our stuff. And when I really hope actually from the kickoff, we hoof it up the pitch. I hope our first, whether we might not get the kickoff, they might do, and they might keep possession for 60 seconds. It takes a little bit of sting out of it. But I want us to start fast. I want us to hoof it up the pitch. Bosh, bit of that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's our first 11. Now, it's very strong, but like you said, it's about consistency now. All the players know their roles. The last piece of the jigsaw was probably Saeed Benrahma. He'd been a bit rusty previous games. He was getting into the swing of things. We saw his best game yet against Crystal Palace, which suggests that he's now able to play the David Moyes way. He was tracking back, working hard. He was playing the way David Moyes wants him to play. And he's continued to stay in the 11, which is almost like a confirmation from David Moyes that Saeed Benrahma is now ready to be one of our main players. I think this is a really, really strong team. The West Ham bench will rattle through. This is we've got Ben Johnson, Issa Diop, David Martin, Andre Yarmolenko, Ryan Fredericks, Fabian Balbuena, Manuel Lanzini, Mark Noble, and Mipo Odebeko. Again, an expected bench, Gonzo. Just to confirm for those that don't know, Jesse Lingard was signed too late on Friday and therefore could not be included anyway, should he have been match fit. But that's the bench. Decent bench.
That's good. That's really good. I like it. Oh, this is weird. This is absolutely weird to go into this and be feeling not just confident, to actually look forward to it rather than dreading what happens in an hour's time. We've had so much of that. We've had so much dread, but you've got to look at it and you've got to think. Antonio's in better form than Firmino. Ogbonna's better than any of their centre halves. It just is. Our midfield can look at their midfield and not worry about it. Sufal can think, okay, I'm going to have a really good game today. Ben Rama can probably look at Thiago there, who is a wonderfully gifted player, and think, hold on, I'm the new Thiago in that respect. I will show you what I can do. We can go in with absolute confidence, and I think it's fair to say that at least half of our players are in better form than half of theirs. It is that much is clear. If you were going to do a team of the season now, we have some players that might be in with a shout of doing it, mate.
Yeah, the Liverpool team, just a reminder, Alisson in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Phillips, Henderson, Robertson at the back, Milner, Wijnaldum, Thiago in midfield, and a front three of Salah, Origi and Shaqiri. That's it on your screen there for you. I mean, they've already got a small problem with that front three because either Shaqiri or Salah is not playing where they want to play. One of them's got to go out on the left, so therefore they can't cut in, which is really good news for us. So already one of them sort of not playing on the preferred side. Either way, Creswell's They're gonna be very right hand side heavy, I think, Liverpool today. I think they're gonna be coming down that side more than the left hand side. But listen, they've still got some top players. Alexander Arnold on his day is possibly the best right back in the league. Robertson's the best left back in the league. Thiago can run the midfield, can run the game. Mo Salah's top goal scorer in the Premier League. Possibly got the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. So while they're weaker, they're not weak. They're still got world-class players in there, and that's necessarily something we perhaps can't say at West Ham. We don't have a world-class player. Liverpool have got world-class players, plural, in their playing today, but they played on Thursday. They've not had too much rest. We've got a better striker than they do. We've got a better organised defence. We've actually got 4 defenders today, whereas they've only got 2. Well, they've got 3, but one of them's Nat Phillips, who struggled with Sebastian earlier the last game. Bergwijn caused him problems during the week, so I'd fancy Antonio to trouble him today. The midfield 3 looks okay for Liverpool, but there's not loads of pace in there. So good luck with one of them keeping up with Said Ben Rama if he turns around and runs past them. Still checks runs as well. I'm feeling. I was optimistic. I was already confident before. I'm feeling even more confident after saying that. I know we're setting ourselves up for a fall here, Gonzo.
Yeah.
But great. When's that ever stopped?
No, we deserve a bit of hope. We don't, we never have any hope. Just a very quick thank you there to Langer Studios, $40 into the full-time fund. Thank you very much. He says, hoping for a win. Thank you, lads, for always giving us top content every day. Thank you, my friend.
The bench for Liverpool is Curtis Jones, Roberto Firmino, so he is on the bench, Adrian, Reece Williams, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Tomiskas, how do you pronounce that left back this time from Greek, Kelleher, is he not? He a goalie as well? They've got 2 keepers on the bench.
Well, they're just copying. We set that trend.
Nico Williams and Minamino. Yeah, they've got 2 goalies on the bench. They're so scared of us, they're trying to use 2 keepers from the start.
We are the trendsetters here. We are the trendsetters. I had a message. You do these things, YouTube and all the rest of it, and people will send you messages from rival clubs. And there was a Liverpool fan today, and he's ha West Ham for thinking you can beat us. This is your cup final. Yes, absolutely, and that quite right too. And if we are feeling that this is our cup final, if we're feeling that actually this is a game of massive magnitude that's really important, and we are focused like a cup final, and Liverpool are thinking it's a pre-season friendly, then they're banging trouble, because we are going to take it seriously, and it is a cup final. And if we win this, then Aston Villa becomes a cup final. We find ourselves in a situation where we got to grasp the nettle, and I think it's absolutely great. And Gio, do you know what? We should be able to look forward to it, mate.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm really looking forward to this one. But anyway, what we're going to do now, we're going to get a little bet on now. Gonzo's thinking up a phrase. If you put the phrase in live chat, you're entered. The bet wins. We give someone the winnings. Before we get on to it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We hit 16,000 subscribers in this live stream, which is lasting for another couple of hours. We're going to give away a Hammers Chat mug. I've got it here. Got the box here. We're all ready to go. So get involved. All you have to do is subscribe. Right, Gonzo, what you fancy? What we're putting on this? I think there's 1 or 2 obvious things we're going to chuck on here.
We've got to. I think there'll be lots of corners today, right?
Okay. What else are you fancying? How much corners? 10.
Yeah. I mean, 10's not going to get you a lot, but I think 10, both teams combined.
Yeah, we'll do that. 10's in.
It's going to get that on there. I do think one of our two main guys is going to score, either Soufal or Antonio. Souček or Antonio.
You always get them muddled up. Let's do Antonio. I fancy Antonio. I liked his podcast. He did a podcast with Sky Sports, and he said he's got a hat trick on Sunday. He said, I missed a hat trick of chances against Crystal Palace. I'm not doing the same again. I'm getting a hat trick on Sunday. I like that. I'm putting him in. I'm backing Mikel today. What else you fancying?
I think we'll score more than 2 goals, or 2 goals plus, 2 goals or whatever.
2 goals for West Ham. Let's whack that in. I'm going to put in Nat Williams to get booked. I'm backing myself here. Nat Phillips to get booked. There we go. That'll do. So here's the bet. 250 quid if this wins is going to someone. Gonzo thinking of a phrase. If Nat Phillips gets booked for Liverpool, Mikel Antonio scores a goal at any time, West Ham score 2 or more goals in the match, and there's 10 corners in the match, someone will win £250 to enter in a live chat. Please put the following phrase.
Soufal, so good.
Soufal, so good. That's thank you to Journey Life 56 for his £5 in the full-time fund. He says, love Hammer's chat and video, lads. Keep up the content. Love the content. Come on, you irons.
Thank you.
Anyway, in the live chat, get your comments in now. We're going to start taking your comments on the screen. But Gonzo, what are you thinking? You're seeing both teams now. Are you feeling good?
Yeah, I mean, I really am. I'm excited for the game. You know, and that's the other thing. Looking forward to it. Excited. Actually, this is the first time. I don't know how we're going to fit everyone in it. My son watches the games with me. My daughter said she wants to come and watch. And even Mrs. Gonzo's coming up. We should probably watch it in the lounge, probably easier, but we've set it up in here anyway. So, you know, the whole family's excited about it. And even when I went up to the house the other day after last year, she said, oh, you know, you're in 4th now, aren't you? And stuff like that. And this is good. So, I think everybody's feeling it. And when I bumped into the West Ham fan in Aldi earlier, yeah, his wife was with me. She said it as well, you know. So, you're getting Darren.
I was just checking it was the same as earlier to make sure that it was real.
No, it is the same as he lives in my street. So if I didn't, and I fitted his bathroom before. So I mean, if I didn't, then it would be bad if I hadn't remembered. Yeah. So yeah, his name is constantly Darren. By the way, his name doesn't change. He will be Darren tomorrow as well. There you go. Journey for Life's buzzing so much.
Everyone is. I think everybody's. Really, really excited. And so we should be. And that's Leicester 1, Leeds 3. In 2 minutes' time on Gonzo's stream will be Leicester 1, Leeds 3. Patrick Bamford's just got his second of the afternoon. This is good for West Ham.
It's Leicester 2, Leeds 2 on my telly.
This is fantastic for West Ham. Leicester City losing. They had a free kick outside their box and ended up in Leicester had a free kick outside Leeds' box and ended up in Leicester's goal. Fantastic, brilliant, happy days. Anyway, yeah, I'm feeling good. My confidence has gone up a little bit. I love this. I feel this is the most excited I've been in a long, long time. I think you look at other games as a banana skin. You look at Palace away and you think, oh, please win. But this one, if we lose, it's not the end of the world. We're still with a chance of top 6. We move on to Aston Villa, which is, you know, against a team on the same level par as us. But I think we can do it. I think we can do it, Gonzo. James Gunn, what thoughts on Klopp's backhanded compliment about us earlier today that we're doing well, but made a comment about us playing less games?
Yeah, well, he did make us, and he also made a comment about us about it being the league not being important at the moment, which I enjoyed. I said in the Patreon breakfast this morning that was a subliminal message to his players, which is basically saying, don't concentrate on the league now. The league doesn't matter. So I like the fact that he's using a press conference with West Ham to send a message to his players. It means he's rattled as well. He was always going to pay us backhanded compliments. I said this after the last game that we've got Liverpool coming up now. Klopp is about to go and say a load of things in the press conference, which I got completely wrong. But I knew he was going to say lots of different things. But he's wrong. The league table does matter. I look at the league table at the moment, and you know I'm a little bit disappointed because it looks like Manchester City are starting to creep away from West Ham, which is disappointing. You know, so we might have to settle for second as things go. But you know, you've got to take a look at the league table.
He's petulant child. He's a manager version of Zaha, and I can't stand him. I really don't like him. Do you know something? As much as I would love to win today, there's a little bit of me that would love the camera pans to him on the touchline, and he's there snarling away and getting all agitated and getting all grumpy and angry at the officials for stuff. I would almost love a little bit of VAR controversy in our favour today, just to see him explode in the interview after. I would love to see it. You know, he gave it a big one about Sean Dyche, and he was trying to start a fight with this Sean Dyche, and that they went on the interview after the game. They asked him a question before he starts slagging off Burnley. He was like, "Yeah, you're making sure Dyche isn't around, aren't you?" Giving it all that, but I don't like him. I can't stand it. I think he's a world-class manager. I think as a manager, he's world-class, but his attitude can't be doing with it. Danny says, regardless of results, he just wants to see West Ham have a go. And if we do 3-1 to the Irons,
I think we will have a go, Danny. I really do. I think we'll go early. They will try and start early, by the way. Liverpool will do the same as us. They will try and they will say, look, we can't let West Ham get into a rhythm here. They'll try and start 1,000 miles an hour. I do actually think kickoff's quite important. Actually, who gets the kickoff? I think that's quite important.
I don't think it is.
I think for setting the tone, I would rather us have it than Liverpool have it. You can choose whichever end, or do you kick off? I'll be taking this. I'll be saying, no, I want to kick off here, and I'll be doing exactly what I said. I'll be passing it back really quickly, getting Antonio, making it and Bowen, and running up there, and then launching it up there straight away. I think it sets the tone.
Arfanals, Ben Rahman, Bowen playing for the positions today with the addition of Lingard. Absolutely, Jeffrey. I think they are. I think they'll be looking over the shoulder now. They've got Lingard. They've also got Lanzini's on the bench. Yarmolenko's come on the last couple of games as well. So I think we've got a healthy competition in that front three. And it's good that we've got Jesse there. He's involved in the squad today, although he's obviously not playing. He's there at the London Stadium and stuff. And it's good to see that. It sort of reflects the team spirit that we've currently got at the minute, Gonzo.
Someone's typed Frederick's so good. You've got to allow him.
You better hope the bet don't win there, won't he?
Yeah, you've been cruel. But no, it's absolutely. I'm sorry, what did you say? I was watching the telly. Leeds have gone 4-1 up against Leicester on my telly.
The comment is on the screen. But anyway, move along. Tom Blue says, Antonio should cause Henderson all sorts of trouble, which gives me some hope. Think a point will be a fantastic result. I think that's true. I think a draw would be a really good result for West Ham as well today. But I think it's a really good opportunity, Gonzo.
It is, and Tom lessened my mood slightly when he said that. I was slightly more miserable at the end of the sentence than when I started reading the sentence, Tom. But he is right. A draw would be an excellent result. But here you go. Would you accept a draw now, Gio?
No.
And that's the thing. We're gonna go and win. And you think that, and I think that, and everyone in the chat thinks that. And the players and Moyes are going to think that. They wouldn't take a draw. Moyes will be in there now, in that dressing room, saying, we can win this. Go for it. Put them under pressure.
Fordy says, do you think Lingard will play today, and whose position is he taking? I think the only person, if he plays today, I'll tell you whose position he is taking, and that is Robert Snodgrass is in front of the FA, next in line over some sort of dodgy transfer dealing going on. Liam Courtney, thank you. You popped 199 into Booth Time Fund. He says, let's go 4-2-1 West Ham. Jamie says, 100%. We need to not let Liverpool gain any confidence in the game. Despite they're playing a lesser team, we can get punished for mistakes. Come on, Irons, and great show, lads. Any red cards today? I'll tell you what. John Moss is referee today.
What's that mean?
He's crap.
He gives out a lot of red cards?
He's a little fat one.
Does that have an impact on you, man? Does that mean he can carry more cards? Or maybe has he got little stubby fingers and he can't quite get the cards out or something?
I don't know what his fingers look like, but he's just a rubbish referee. He's just rubbish. Right. My sort of one sentence on John Moss says he always makes one big mistake every single game. He always makes one. It might not always impact a goal, but
that's a long sentence. That's a long sentence that you got on John Moss. To be fair,
yeah, well, it's just the same sentence, similar to you meeting Darwin and Aldi. Can you see a dive for Salah today?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Bring it on. Let him have a little dive. I think he's such a brilliant player. I think he's wonderful. I don't think he needs to do any of that stuff. but you have only got to look at him and he will fall over. So it's a part of their tactic. I worry about Trent Alexander-Arnold today. I just think he's such a fantastic player. Funny enough, not defensively. I think we can probably get him, actually, but his delivery is a bit of a worry. That being said, he's got to do some defending today. He really does, because what we do, which is we will go out there and Cresswell will then advance. He's got a job to stop Cresswell crossing it. But when Cresswell wants to cross it, there's going to be someone else there on our left. Might be Fornells, might be Ben Rama, might be Antonio that's pulled over there. And he's not going to be able to then counter-attack as quickly because Rice has dropped in into Cresswell's position. So he can't just spend all day attacking today, Trent Alexander-Arnold. So let's let him, because yes, he's got fantastic delivery, but you know what? We've got someone at fullback with fantastic delivery as well, so that'll give them something to worry about.
Lee Phillips says, with that Liverpool team, we can really have a go. Best time to play them. Liam says, we aren't guaranteed to win today. Liverpool always bring their bag of luck when they play us. They have been quite a little bit of luck recently. Gary says, no, Trent's caught out of position so often, plenty of space to exploit down left. See, this is why I'd almost be tempted to play Ben Rama on the left for a little bit. Maybe change it between him and Fornals, and if whatever on top, get Ben Rama out there to try and expose sort of Trent's lack of defensive discipline, I guess. It's not just ability, it's discipline as well.
And the pace, Gio, to get in there in that gap that he's leaving.
Yeah, when they played Tottenham on Thursday, Son kept getting in there. Eventually, Spurs stopped playing that pass because Kane went off. But the first half, every time they pung it into where Trent's meant to be, he was away. Abdullah says, the fact that we stuck with 4 at the back and didn't go to 5 at the back shows Moyes believes that this is permanent formation and we have the same style no matter who we play.
Well, I don't know. Every time I think Moyes as a permanent formation, he changes it. But what I do think is right is that he's not. I do believe that Moyes thinks the 5 at the back is more solid defensively. I really believe he thinks that. So what this means is he's not switched it to 5 at the back, so which means he feels confident in going for it as well. So he's thinking, I'm not changing. And it is, as I say, it's an unchanged formation, like Abdullah says, but it is also an unchanged team. They're used to playing, with the same players alongside them. This is good for West Ham.
I think it would be a massive unnecessary risk to change it. Why would you change it? There's no reason for them to. We've looked good going forward recently. Okay, we conceded 2 against Palace, but I don't think that was a true reflection. So I'm not fussed at all. I think I would have been surprised if we went to 5 at the back for this one. I would have been really surprised. Hayden Taylor, massive thank you. Chuck 499 full-time fun. He says, I've got 110% belief that we will do well, win, draw, or lose. But from these past 6 games, we're shown we're capable of playing well. Come on, you Irons. Steve, just a little niggly one, I suppose. What do you think of Martin on the bench and not Trott?
I didn't, Steve. Now you mentioned, I didn't give it much thought when it got rid of it.
I think it's the right thing because say Fabianski goes down after half an hour, are you really going to bring Trott on for his first ever Premier League game against Liverpool? Nah, I think you get the keeper with experience. You've got to protect Trott. You've got to protect him. Let him have the slightly easier games on paper. It would be harsh if we just sort of lob Trott in today and he struggled, he made an early mistake, you're shattering the lad's confidence that he's got. The fans would be a bit unhappy. I think that would be an unnecessary risk as well. But David Martin's a very experienced goalkeeper. I think it'd almost not be insulting to him, but I think he'd get the hump a little bit if we were putting the kid on ahead of him. I think it's the right thing. I think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not bothered by it whatsoever. I just think we got to look at the positives in this game, and you know what? It's highly it's highly unlikely that our goalkeeper goes off injured anyway. And you know what? Even if he did, our defence is so good. We are bigger than the sum of our parts. It's not like we're going to concede 20 shots on target during the game anyway. So, I'm really, really confident.
Ad asks, why is a kid who scored against Doncaster, Afolayan, is not got a bench spot, or the back was better?
He prefers Odebeko. This is quite clear.
Scored 2 a couple of days ago as well from 123. The geezer's on the bench in confidence.
Well, also, Afolayan, let's get this right. And I didn't know this. I didn't know anything about him before I watched that cup game. Now I've gone back and watched him under 23s. Afolayan wears the number 10. He plays as a number 10. He plays behind the striker whenever I've seen him play. So what Moyes has done is in that game, even in that game, it was Yarmolenko stayed as the striker. He did score, but he scored from playing in midfield, it basically attacking midfield. So that's what he's done. He's got a striker on the bench in Odebeko rather than attacking midfielder and Afolayan.
Just quickly before we'll keep on talking. We're not going anywhere. Just quickly, you want to win a Hammers Chat mug, next level mug, world class tea in a world class mug. You want one of these? All you have to do is subscribe to the Hammers Chat channel, and we're going to give it away in the live stream. If we hit 16,900 is watching live, thank you for joining us. Be sure to subscribe, like the video. We're here all afternoon. After this, we've got a review. Then we've got Top West Ham where you can call in, win, draw, or lose. Al says that Liverpool fans are all groaning at Klopp's team selection. Lots of tears, thinking they're going to lose, with a little sarcastic kissing emoji.
But they can't afford to lose, Gio, as you alluded to in the breakfast this morning. They really can't. As Gio said this morning in the breakfast, that they've got 18 games left, something like that. For them to win the league, they're probably going to need to win 14 of them. This is crunch time, and it's a very, very important game for them. But it's also an important game for us, and it's really important that we come away from this game imposing ourselves physically on them, rather than us getting a little pat on the head after saying, "Oh, well done, you did really well, West Ham. Unlucky, 3-1 loss, but well done, West Ham. You'll do really nicely. You'll finish a solid 7th this season." I don't want to hear any of that. I want to knock them further down. I want us to cement our place. I want us to get a bit of daylight between us and them. I'm pretty sure next season Liverpool will be better than West Ham. All right, they've got a transfer window, they've got lots of money. Last season, Liverpool were better than West Ham. At this precise moment in time, Liverpool are not better than West Ham.
Abdullah says, do you think Moyes should be training Odebeko for the Antonio role so that we can play the same way if he gets injured?
He may already be doing that, Abdullah, to be fair. That may well be the case. Certainly, if you watched Gio's video the other day about Moyes' his scouting and whatnot, there's no reason to disbelieve that he would train differently to how he scouts, and that will be meticulous, and that will be by identifying square pegs for square holes. I'm pretty sure Odebeko's already doing what Antonio does.
As for shares, subscribe, like, get involved with Hammers Chat. We've got the Patreon. You can check it out below. My advice would be wait till tomorrow, because you'll get charged today and tomorrow, because you get charged on the 1st of every month. So our advice would be don't sign up today, but sign up tomorrow. Don't forget about it. No. Yes, I did. Did you see it, Gonzo? No. We move along. GGM says that looking at the Liverpool team, this is our chance. This is the crunch point of the season for me. It's either going to fall off now or we can start to believe. Gio Gonzo, John Moss was one of James Milner's teachers at school. The question is, should Moss therefore be reffing given their past?
He might give him a detention. He might intentionally go give him a red card. I say, Milner, detention. That could happen.
Steph says, looking forward to our set pieces tonight. Liverpool don't have many over 6 foot. Tell you what, that's a good point. They've got Nat Phillips.
He's quite tall, but yes.
He's
one
very
ain't
tall.
going to do it, yeah.
But let's quickly go through the team. Trent's not.
No.
Phillips is. Henderson's average, I would say.
5'11", 5'10", 5'11". He's not
no to Henderson. Robertson's not.
No.
Thiago's not.
No.
Wijnaldum's a decent size. Milner's not. No. Salah's not. Origi is. And Shaqiri's a dwarf. They've got about what? Three.
This is really true, Steph. This is really true. Actually, if you think about it as well, and a couple of the guys that you mentioned as being, a tool like Origi, if you're relying on Origi for your defending, then you're going to have a problem. Also, as I said before, that's absolutely fine if that guy's been in the team all season and he has been drilled that he has a job from corners that he's been doing all season. He's just been parachuted into the team. It's going to be really, really interesting because that's fine. Okay, so whatever. They might say to Phillips, right, you've got to get Souček. Great. Next tallest one. Okay, you've got to get Ogbonna. Fantastic. They're still going to have to find someone to mark Dawson and Declan Rice. And even once they've done that, you're going to have someone like Mikel Antonio, who is a monster in the air, and it's going to be difficult for him. It really, really is.
I've just done Dawson to score a header at 20-1 on Sky Bet. Just done it on, thanks to Steph's comment on the screen there. Done it. It's on.
Done.
Do you think Henderson's capable of keeping Antonio quiet, given his inexperienced centre back? Do you know something? I think Henderson's lack of experience as centre back is not an issue, because I think Henderson's one of those really professional players that will adapt to any situation. I think he's actually probably an all right centre back. It's his lack of pace for me. It's not so much his positioning or anything like that. It purely comes down to a foot race with Antonio, and he'll roast him. Antonio will absolutely roast him, because I saw Henderson against Spurs. Don't know who scored. Someone scored a goal, but Henderson played that pass over the top from the centre back area for Mane, and he brought it down and put it into the box for someone to tap into the empty net. But the pass from Henderson was just world class. So there's advantages to Jordan Henderson playing deep, but lack of pace is an advantage to West Ham for him. I'm excited.
Everybody is, by the looks of the chat.
Yeah, the live chat is getting excited. Keep your comments coming. Get your score predictions in as well. Let's see how you're feeling. Fo says 1-0 Liverpool.
Yeah, look, it's not. Look, let's be fair. Liverpool can beat us. Liverpool are probably still favourites. Liverpool should beat us. This is about us at a time now when we're never confident going to play them. We can win today.
Yeah, Socha says this is West Ham's best chance of beating Liverpool. They've got a weak team out, and most of them played a couple of days ago. Everybody's feeling good, Gonzo. This is the most confident we've seen in live chat, and we've played Sheffield United this season.
It's more confident than when we played Doncaster.
It is actually, isn't it? Right, let's have a little look at some score prediction. Maverick 3-1, Logan 3-1, Tom Bull 2-2, 100s 1-1. Isaac says 3-1. His mum always puts a bet on. So either you're too young to bet, or you're getting your mum.
It doesn't matter. It's just every time she bets 3-1.
Jack says 3-1. Simon 2-1. The best of says 4-1 Liverpool. I think that'd be the biggest win for Liverpool that we'll see in here. But who else? What else we've got? Bear says 4-1. Steph says 2-0. Gary says 3-1. 3-1, 1-1. Is there any Liverpool fans? Yeah, the guy that says 4-1.
We just saw one.
Darren and Aldi, he's probably a Liverpool fan, but he's too embarrassed.
Darren's not.
Yeah.
Darren's from Canning Town. He's
Man, 3-2. Abu's 5-1. Oh, well, you're not the biggest score prediction. Actually, well, there's one here that says 6-1. Anyway, there's lots of West Ham wins coming in, Gonzo. There's 11-0 to introduce Jesse Lingard.
Yeah, well, we can't do that, obviously, but it's a good time. Enjoy it. Enjoy the game. Let's have a fast start. Let's go at them. Villa is the hard game. It may well be the case. Look at this team. Yeah, Ross Barkley and Grealish worried the hell out of me, to be fair. It's
also about expectation, though, isn't it? The expectation is for West Ham to probably win that game against Aston Villa, or possibly get a point. A defeat today is no shock. West Ham getting beat by Liverpool, on paper, is no shock. West Ham getting beat by Villa, if we get something from this one and go into that one, it becomes even harder for us, because the expectation of West Ham then goes up a little bit more. I'm excited.
I mean, this is a bit of dose of realism there. Which Jordan saying that Liverpool faced a similar situation with a weakened team against Newcastle last season. And he's right, we are better than Newcastle, but,
we are much better than Newcastle.
Yeah, but a bit of caution. They do have, as you said, some really good players. Salah can win this game. Trent Alexander, I can't even say the guy's name. Trent can win this game. They've got a really good goalkeeper. That's about it. But they do have some good players. Robertson's decent as well. But you know what? We also, Bonner and Dawson have a very, very good defence. Soufal's great. Our set plays are the best in the league. Our corners, I don't want to see the corner. Cresswell's one of the best at assisting in the league. Antonio's as good as anyone on his day. And I mean any striker on his day. Bowen can cause them all sorts of mischief. Souček can just score a goal anytime he wants. Declan Rice, probably the best midfielder on the pitch today. And Saïd Benrahma is more than capable of looking like the most skillful player on the pitch, even given all of those. And we got the fornicator who could do some fornicating. Put all that together, we have reasons to be optimistic.
Yeah, Guy says we need to take our chances, can't afford to be sloppy. I think that's true. We're not going to get to create as much chances as we did against Crystal Palace. We've got to be ruthless. We've got to be a bit more ruthless. But I think actually Antonio in particular, it's probably done us a favour him missing those chances against Palace because his motivation, his determination, and that it'll be even greater. So had he scored one, it wouldn't have won us anything. We got the 3 points down to scoring. So I would argue short term, of course, it was unfortunate for Antonio. He probably went off the pitch a bit frustrated with himself. He looked physically frustrated by the time he missed the 4 tapping. But long term, coming into today's game, it probably does West Ham more good than Antonio not scoring because it depends on the player, doesn't it? But with Antonio's attitude, we know that will drive him. Whereas someone like Felipe Anderson, I'd almost not start him today had he done what Antonio done on Tuesday because his head would be down. But oh no, that's it. I've had it now. But with Mikhail, I don't know. I think this is Chris says Klopp's moaning about the game time between the games. Good, he's rattled. He is rattled. This is a compliment to West Ham United. This is a massive, massive compliment that this is excuse number 2 and we're not even kicked off yet.
Well, absolutely. He's moaning about Champions League fixture congestion. I'll tell you what, if you don't pull his finger out, he won't have to worry about Champions League next season. So, I mean, it should be a privilege. You know, I mean, it should be a privilege for him. Fine, let him moan.
Yeah, anyway, right, so let's get him in.
There
Charlie, today's giveaway, do you want to know what it is?
Lay it on me.
Ham Chat mug. We gave away a poster in the last one. We gave one of those away last one. We're giving away a mug today, hopefully. We need 16,000 subscribers, though. It's a big ask, so we need over 100 subscribers. So if you're watching, you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. It's completely free. And if you don't like it after the week, just unsubscribe. Whatever. You don't even have to watch the videos. Just subscribe to the channel.
It costs to unsubscribe, though.
Yeah. It costs more. It's like a moral thing. It costs your moral.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure you just,
Charlie, just before we hand the show over to you, how are you feeling? You've seen the live chat.
I don't know if you want me to talk about this or not.
Yeah, do. Come
on. Okay. I'm confident-ish. I think this is our best opportunity in a while. Like you look at that defense and you're just like, yo, Antonio really should be having a field day against that. You should be able to put the ball into that area and just go, here he is doing bits. Do you know what it is though, Gio? And actually, no, the tactics work as well. The tactics work the first time. But we're looking at that front line and going, oh, isn't that weak? Shaqiri played the ball, which killed us last time. Let's not forget that. Let's not look at him and go, Shaqiri's a weak player. He played the through ball to Jota, which killed us. So I'm confident. I agree with what Tom Ball said in the chat. I would be super happy with a point today. If we went out and got a point, as long as we performed. If we got a point, but we were lucky to get a point, not interested. I want to see performance. If we get a point and we played well, then I'm happy enough with that. I'm not as glowingly confident as you two are, but it is a great opportunity to take points off a big side. Let's be real about it.
I counted 4 disclaimers there before you said the draw. I was just counting them up,
Oh, listen. We're crap when we're losing. It's fine. There we go. I'll put it out there. How about on them? Shout out to people in the chat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyone in particular? Just people.
Not people. Thunder and Joy. We'll start with that. No, it's fine. I think it's a good opportunity to get points against a big team.
Right.
Against the top 4 rival. Let's put it that way.
Before myself and Gonzo disappear, we'll answer this question and we'll hand it to you, Charlie, because we've got your guest in the backstage. He's in the green room waiting. Tom says, we're the only team in the top 7 who doesn't have any European games. With fixtures so tight as well, do you believe this could be our year and how high do you think we will finish? I guess you've got to take into consideration, hypothetically, Gonzo, if we win, okay, hypothetically, we win today's game, then what is the aim got to be?
Okay, I've got a. Sorry, Charlie, you're going to be talking for the next 2 hours, so I'm going to get in here. I think it's the next 2 games, which is why I agree. And I said that this morning. I think if we win here and we win against Villa, we can and we should realistically go for top 4. It should be a real consideration. Doesn't mean we slack off the cup. I think we're going to go for that as well. Can we win a treble? I don't think we can win a treble, but I think it has to be a serious consideration. I actually do agree, and I'd said this before as well. I think 4 points from our next 2 games is still incredibly impressive. Now, I understand we could get none, but I do feel we will know an awful lot more after we've played Aston Villa, and I think then we have, an easier game coming up after that, quite possibly. So we'll find out. We find out a lot today. Today's our biggest game of the season, clearly. But if we win today, then we have a load of games following that. That will be the most important game of the season. We lose today. It's not the end of the world, but I think we'll struggle to get top 4. Sounds crazy.
Could it be our year? I mean, it is our year regardless. Let's not get it twisted. I think even if I was I was having this conversation on the Discord earlier, I'd be happy with if we finished 9th, I'm like, yo, that's a significantly better season than I thought we were going to have. And we're going to do that this season. I'm fully confident in this side that we will get at least enough points to do that. And I think we'll get higher than that. If we win today, I think top 4 is an impossibility. I just think we're not quite ready for that yet. But European football is a legit possibility. And I would be ecstatic with that. How many times, Gio, when we did those season previews under Pellegrini, when we did it and we're like, what's your expectations? Would I say top 10 so we can get, or top 8 so we can get into Europe? That's what we're doing right now. I would be ecstatic if that happened, because that's where we need to be going as a football club.
Yeah, it's interesting, Charlie. You said they're we're not ready for Champions League football or European football in general. I think you're possibly right, but I think what we are ready for is to qualify for it. I do feel like that, and I agree with what the 4-point thing. I think 4 points today and against Villa on Wednesday. If you offered me that now, I think I would take it. I think I would take it just for the safety net of 4 points, and I think that's European form. That is to have 4 points on the board, 22 games played, probably 5th in the league. I think that would be unbelievable. It means we've either defeated Liverpool or Aston Villa and drew the other one. Yeah, I think if we win against today, I'll be very excited. But I'm still focusing on Europa League football. I think top 6, 5th or 6th would be fantastic. And I know 9th at the start of the season, Charlie, 9th would have been really, really good. But if we finish 9th, I would be disappointed now, only because of how good our start's been. Your opinion.
I 100% understand. And when I put this in, people said the same thing. I wouldn't be, but I do totally get what you're saying.
It would still be a good season for West Ham. It would still be a building block. But in order to finish 9th now, we would have to probably lose half of our remaining games this season or something. And that's what would be disappointing. Sure. That would be a collapse almost from West Ham. That would be what David Moyes installed with the work ethic, the tactics, the organisation. It means a large part of that has been removed in order to lose that many games. Or it's a major injury to one of our 3 or 4 players. And that's when it comes back to insignificant backing from the board to allow that to happen. Because the warnings have been there from the summer. We have a January transfer window to rectify those warnings and just be a little bit proactive. We've ignored it. And we've taken a little bit of an unnecessary risk, perhaps. I think we've been the lack of ambition from us in this window has been somewhat disappointing. We will only know with hindsight if it was paid off or not. If we get a big injury to someone like Rice or something like that, then that's when we'll say to the board, well, you should have got us a centre midfielder, shouldn't you?
I would word it differently. I don't think there's a way it can pay off. I think there's a way we can get away with it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Gonzo, before we disappear, what's your score prediction? You said 3-0 in the preview.
Yeah, I think I'll keep it low like that. Despite seeing their team and the temptation to go big with a big score line. So I think I'll stick with West Ham 3, Liverpool 0.
Brilliant. I'm going to stick with my one, which was West Ham 2, Liverpool 1. I'll stick with that one as well. Anyway, myself and Gonzo are going to disappear. Charlie's going to go live on his own for the watch along. He's got a guest lined up. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it so far. Subscribe to the channel. Hopefully someone can win one of these during the watch along. And myself and Gonzo will be back for the review immediately at full time. We'll catch you in a bit.
Thank you to Gio and Gonzo. And hello, coming at you live from Liverpool. It's Ray Borum. Ray, what is the vibe on the ground in Liverpool? Can you tell us?
They're excited.
They're excited.
2 reasons.
Fans? Go on, lay it on me. They
win either way. Either Liverpool win and they're happy, or if West Ham win, Ray's running through the streets naked. They're going to be super happy.
Always an exciting time. Always an exciting time. Hello to Ray and hello to Acid Joke, Adam Cook, Alan Robneys, Andrew Sampson, Anil Ben Connolly, Benedict, Bobby, Chris, DePaolo, Dave, Duncan 44, Gary, Garino, Gary, Hammers Down Under, INX1, Jeffrey Stelly, Jeremy, Kevin, Lang Studios, Lincoln, Logan, NH, R Treble 1999, Owen Rundle, Reese, good to see you, bro. Retro Gaming Network, Robert Gates, Rodrigo Romero, Scott B, Scott Jones, Sharp Fitness, Steve Chaotix, Stephen Pilgrim, Stevie C, Sergic Aney, Teapot Pixie, Tom Ball, Wacky Studios, Will X, Woolly Jumper. Hello, if I've missed your name as well, Alex Jones, Jay Placey, Oliver Payne, Mr. Pete Hammer, Luca, all of you, if I've missed your name, I apologize. Hello, everyone. Welcome to match day 21 of the Premier League season. It's West Ham United. It's Liverpool. It's big. It's big. Ray, let's get your opinion on the lineups, West Ham lineup as such. Let me make sure I don't...
It's pretty standard, isn't it? It's the standard lineup.
Yes. How do you feel about it?
Oh, I'm happy. There's 2 points to this. One, that they have been playing really well and deserve their place in the team. So, you know, I feel like that's a good starting lineup. What I also like about it is Jesse Lingard hasn't come straight into the squad because, he's only just arrived. Was he available today if we wanted him to?
I don't think he was signed in time.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, I don't think Moyes would have put him in the squad anyway because Moyes likes someone that he can work with for a bit and then, bring him into the team. So I can actually
Sorry. Just moving stuff around the screen. You know how it is. See, I reckon he would have made the bench, but I don't think he would have started. Yeah.
Who would have taken off?
One of Diop and Balbuena, I would suspect. 2 centre-backs, in it. Probably get rid of
maybe Oquendo, the kid. I can't. Is that right?
Odebeke. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I'm not sure. It's like I just find it. I don't know. I think he probably would have made the bench, but I don't think he would have started. It's like you say with Ben Rama and stuff like that. He would be in a position to earn his way into the team, earn his way. He'll probably come on as a sub. If he does well, then maybe he'll get some more game time and he'll work his way into it. But I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he would have started.
It's an exciting time to be alive, isn't it, Charlie? Come on.
It is. And the Liverpool lineup, if you don't know it, Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Phillips, Henderson, Robertson, Wijnaldum, Milner, Thiago, Shaqiri, Salah, Origi. And then, of course, Big Adrian on the bench, who they don't respect like they should. He's an important boy and will have no bad things said about him. What do you think about the Liverpool lineup?
Well, it's a good lineup, and you expect that from a Liverpool team. But it's not the best, is it? It's not the best. And I'm not afraid of their attacking front three, really. Not without a defence, the way our defence is planned. Maybe they'd be left to do shots outside the area, which if you look at the Palace game, they can do that. Liverpool can harm us just as much as they can. Cheers, both. But I'm not that worried. I'm scared. I'm excited. I'm more worried against the Aston Villa game than I am the Liverpool game.
Okay, that is something we've been hearing. I think it's a time to step up. This one, you look at it, you think you're never going to face. Liverpool are still an incredibly strong team, but you were never going to face a weaker Liverpool side than this.
Yeah,
they've got world class players. They've got Salah, they've got Thiago in there, they've got Trent and Robertson and Alisson. They've got excellent players, but you will never find a time where you can face a weaker Liverpool side than this. And you look at those 2 centre backs specifically, and you're like, Antonio could run wild on those people. Really could. Really genuinely could. We're 12 minutes away from kickoff here. And if you're looking for a link, the Discord, Jim Stebbins, Ginge, the lovely man puts them in there. If you click on the top link in the description, Discord, click on there, click the little green thing to accept the rules. It's in there. It's totally free. Stream links. You'll be able to find options to watch the game. I don't even know what channel it's on in the UK. I need to check that because I don't know. I was sitting there just eating fruit before the show. I wasn't really planning on thinking through anything. You know what I mean, Ray? No, Ray. Yeah. Started running, by the way. That's something we'll talk on Two Spanners, One Hammer on a Tuesday night. If people want to know about that. But yeah, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and like the button while you're there because, it just helps us out. If we hit 16K subscribers during this stream, a tall order, about 100 away or something. It's a big goal. But if we manage it, there will be a giveaway on this stream. There will be a giveaway on this stream. A Ham's Track mug will be given away if we hit 16,000. So get subscribing if you haven't already. And like I say, just lob a like in there. Lob a like in there. So Ray, what are you feeling score-wise? What's your vibe saying?
To be fair, just to point out, if anyone can beat big targets and big settings, Charlie, our boy, can do them. He smashes them out of the park. Come on.
We'll see. Let's not get too hyped just yet.
Hey, look at the likes. Got you some headphones? Smashing it. Smashing it out of the park.
Thank you. What is your score prediction? What's your vibe?
It's going to be close. I do think it might be like a 2-1 scoreline to West Ham. Yeah, I think it's going to be close. But then I get a bit excited thinking, Antonio reckons he might be able to get a hat-trick today. So I think he could be on a good finishing. I bet you he's been in the training ground every day practicing his shooting. Because, this is what we're hearing from our training ground, is everyone's training harder than before, and they don't have to. They're being given days off. They're going in. It's just a feel-good factor around the club.
They are the new ones. I would say I don't know. Like I said, I would be see. The thing is, I would be happy with a point here. I would be more than happy with a point here. Going away to hosting Liverpool, I think a point is good. Even if you're facing a weaker Liverpool side, I think a point is good. Whether I think it will be a point, I think both teams will score. I'll do it how I usually do. I'll think it through my head. Both teams will score. Will Liverpool score more than one? I think yes. Will we score more than one? Yes. Do you know what? I'm going for a cheeky Desmond. It's 2-2. It's 2-2. I'll stick with 2-2. But I would be very happy with that. I can't lie to you. Where's Tommy Chase? Check it out. Sorry, Ray, go on.
I was going to say, where do you see our weakest point in the team? If Liverpool can get at us, where do you see it? Do you reckon it's down the Cresswell side? Say that, and then he pulls out a brilliant performance. Come on, Cresswell.
I don't know. I think if our double pivot, Souček and Rice get too far forward, then there's an opportunity there to be got in behind. I think with four at the back, although it's just not as four at the back's just not quite as strong as five is, but we're pretty well disciplined in that sense. And like you say, Cresswell's probably the weaker person there, but at the same time, he can pull out good performances when he needs to. I think it will be Cresswell though, because even though you've got Salah or you've got Shaqiri, one of the two down that side, and either way is a difficult thing. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know. That's the thing about this team right now is it's difficult to pinpoint and go, there's a weakness. There's a weakness. Maybe if Ben Rama plays on the left instead of Fornals, then maybe we see a bit more struggle down that side because we don't have as much cover. I don't know. We'll see. Using his pace down the middle. Don't diss Jamie Milner like that. I love that boy. Thank you very much, Alan, for the £5 and a full-time fun. Come on, you Irons. Everyone.
I have a question for you as well in a second.
Go on, lay it down.
Right. This is very important.
Yeah, go on.
And you might not want to answer it because it's a very, very, you may want to save it till later or another show.
Okay.
Who's your Royal Rumble pick? Ooh.
I don't know. I think there's been rumours about who it's actually going to be, and I haven't read them yet. That's the problem. I've sort of purposely stayed away because I kept seeing, oh, here's this person's confirmed to be in the Rumble, this person's rumoured to be in the Rumble, and I've been avoiding all of it. So when I watch it tonight, it's totally fresh. I still think Daniel Bryan is the logical bet. But I feel like that's not what the rumor is. What do you think? Or do you know the rumors? Have you been reading them? I
haven't been reading the rumors.
Okay.
So I'm excited to be Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
Daniel Bryan versus Roman, would it be?
Yeah, he's on SmackDown, right?
Yeah. That'd be a good one. That would be a good one. It would. I feel like that would get the fans hyped.
So we are 7 minutes away from kickoff. People in the chat, now is the time to play Sub Bingo. Sub bingo is, of course, the game where you guess what minute David Moyes will make the substitution and who it will be for. Ray, sub bingo. He's been a little bit more proactive of late, David. He's been getting some earlier and earlier, running wild. At A Top Lad on Twitter, check it out. Don't worry about it. He's been running wild, Ray. What's your vibe? Who are you saying? What time? I'll start just to give you a little bit extra time.
Oh, okay, go on.
Getting my 69 in early. 69 minutes.
Oh, cheeky. So I reckon it's going to be later because I feel like it's going to be a close, tight match. West Ham going to be playing really well. Liverpool going to be playing really well. So I feel like it's going to be round about the 79th minute.
Who are you saying? I will say Noble coming on for Ben Rama.
No.
Oh,
Jared Bowen, because he always gets subbed. I don't know why. For Yarmolenko.
Interesting. I'll tell you something. We're fighting for this title, and he's got to go to Middlesbrough and get something. I'll tell you now. I would love it if we beat them. Love it. I watch that on maybe a monthly basis. Edwards 78, 64 Bowen for Lanzini. That's a fair point. 74 Yarmolenko for Bowen. Yeah, that's fair. 71st. Don't mind me. Shout out. I don't care that you hurt your robot. Every time I see your picture, I think of that. 67 Bowen for Lanzini. 80 Fredericks. Fredericks coming on at right mid is actually a shout. That has happened before. Yeah. That's an interesting shout there. 82nd minute. News on this one. He's talking about the Rumble. 76th minute. 75 Fornals off Lanzini on. 76 Lanzini on for Ben Rama. You stole my minute. I started that, foe, but I did also start go first, so I could say it before you could. That's not a lie. 67 90 minutes. Odubeku. I want to see him play. I don't think it'll be this game, but I do see him play. 59 Mipo for Antonio because we're going to be 2 up. Logan with a bold play. They always stop Ben Rama for Lanzini. They do, but I'm just thinking maybe we might be up by that point and Noble comes on to shore it up in the middle, you know?
Right, Charlie, I'm gonna have to go now because I've got a Liverpool fan in the house.
Wait, get his. What's his prediction? Come on.
What's your prediction, Matty?
You know what? I reckon 2-0, 2-1.
Oh, to West Ham, mate. That's very nice of you.
Oh,
cheers,
yeah. All right. I don't know that
Ray, good luck. Enjoy yourself. If you want to come back at halftime, it's the same link. See you later, dude. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Ray Boreham in Liverpool, breaking lockdown law.
Oh, sorry.
Breaking lockdown rules as per usual. What an absolute monster. Right. Here we go. 3 minutes away from kickoff. 3 minutes away. It's on BT, which means I have to sort out finding that now. I tell you what. I'm about to throw the match on. Cheers, lads. Thank you, Jim. Remember, if you need a link, Discord below. If you're looking for a link in the Discord below, the top link, bang, hit that stream links. There's a place there for you. Thank Jim, Ginge, while you're at it. If you do that. Other thing to say, hey, if you're here just for the beginning, for the build-up, we appreciate it. Thanks for coming along. Make sure to subscribe while you're here. We'll be live all throughout the game, throughout the entire game, and then at full time, Gio and Gonzo come back to do their lovely little match review. So make sure to come back and check that out as well. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's on Sky. It says Duvet Dancer. Thank you, Duvet. It's on Sky. Everyone's saying it's on Sky. Someone said BT. Confused me. So I'm off to find it on Sky. I can find it on my phone then, which makes my life significantly easier. I did just realize I forgot to charge my phone though. These are issues that we'll deal with. It means I will be slightly behind everyone, but not as much. Enjoy the game. 4-1. Good to see you, Chris. Thank you for coming. Okay. Here's what I'll say. Here we go. I'll tell you what. Where's everyone watching from? Let's finish this off strong. Where is everyone watching from? Let me know. It's one of the best things on this show. When you ask people where they're watching from, they come out with all these amazing places while I open up Now TV on my phone. Where is everyone watching from? I, of course, am coming from a very chilly London today. It's very cold for some reason. I've got my duvet on. My hands are really cold. I'm having to do that a lot. before I came on. It's a very cold situation. Don't know why, but it is. Right, where was it? I clicked on the first one first. Can you tell us when yours kicks off so we can sync off? Of course I can, William. I will do that. I'm watching it on Peacock in Nashville. Peacock, of course, is just got the WWE Network stuff, doesn't it? Please beat Leicester. Getting that is actually a great result for us. I can't lie. NI, Chadwell Heath, New Zealand, North Wales, Bristol. I see you said Mane missing. I read that as Maine, as in America for once. It confused me there. But that is a big up for us. A big plus for us. You're right. Sunny Southend on C. England, as the chat moves. Essex, Florida, Melbourne, Dagenham, Puerto Rico. Love that, Xavier. The Bahamas, Leytonstone, of course. West Yorkshire, shout out. Riding and that. Singapore, West Australia, Missouri. Logan, good to see you, my friend. Barrow, Leighton Buzzard. Greenville, North Carolina, the US of mother frickin' A. Good to see you, Jeffrey, as per usual. Born and raised in Hackney. Close to me, close to my ends. I love that. Send me regards from Mexico. I can't say Queterio is how I'm going to say that. Queterio. I can't pronounce it, but good to see you. Welcome from Mexico. Subscribe while you're here if you're new, of course. Ilford, as usual. North Yorkshire, cold, wet Ireland. Stokenchurch, Buckinghamshire, New Hampshire, USA. 1 degree here. It's flipping cold, isn't it? It's colder there, or isn't it? It's here, but still. Tunbridge. Yo. Good to see you, JJ. Good to see you. Good Discord member, of course. Singapore. Smack dab in the middle of the USA. Cornwall. So, I'll talk about careful. Let me just pull up the game again because it's my phone switched itself off because that's the life I live. Hit that. I'll be able to tell you when we kick off on my screen because it will be momentarily as it loads. We're just getting a lovely look at Thomas Souček at the moment. He's just a good lad, isn't he? He's just a Hanoi, Vietnam. Love that. California supporter living in Watford. Haven't been there since last year. Don't know why I said that. Thailand, Ashford, Kent. Where else we got? Amsterdam, went there in 2019. What a time to be alive that was. Right, so as the players take the knee, we're about to kick off here. Match day 21 of the Premier League season. It's West Ham United versus Liverpool. And we're live and all that. And the match has kicked off. I am approximately in a minute and a half behind everyone else. We've booted the ball straight upfield. Right, I need to find a better place to put this phone now. Because I'll watch it on my phone. You know what I mean? Because that's where Now TV happens for me. It's cheaper. There we go. That's a decent enough position, I think, to place it. He said it dropping instantly. Hang on. Spain, says Richie Rock. Love that. Whereabouts in Spain? Whereabouts in Spain? I went to Barcelona when I was a kid. I would love to go back at some point. Right, let's pull this across to here, actually. So, just in case you need the lineups again, actually, we can run these along the bottom. It's Fabianski, Kufal, Dawson, Ogbonna, Cresswell, Rice, Souček, Bowen, Benrahma, Fornals, Antonio. The classic lineup. It's West Ham's classic formation at this point. Nothing to be nothing exciting or scary there. Versus no, the scary stuff, not exciting. Allison, Trent, Henderson, Phillips, Robertson in defence, Wijnaldum, Thiago, Milner in midfield, Salah, Shaqiri, and Origi. Big lineup as my phone drops. Once again. Very bouncy start from West Ham. Lots of high balls in the air. That was a bad idea. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to place my phone in a place where it's not going to drop instantaneously. I think it's going to drop instantaneously, but you know what? We'll just deal with it. But if I leave my spoon like that, that's probably going to not work, is it? That's probably not going to work. All right. I'm going to move this one to here. There we go. Let's see. I'm excited yet nervous. Yeah, I know. Same. I think that's the sort of common consensus mostly is like we've got the excitement because we're like, this is a weaker Liverpool side than usual. We might actually have an opportunity here, but at the same time, it is a Liverpool side. It's got world class players in there. Come on the Reds, Alex. Good to see you, Alex. How do you feel about the lineups? Let me know, sir. Let me know. How do you feel about the Liverpool side? You know, how do you feel about? Do you think this is the strongest lineup you could be playing given the players available? Are you confident? What do you think? Score prediction wise, Alex, let us know. Welcome to this. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Jesse Lingard says PSG FC. He's not available for the game. He's not available for the game because he didn't sign in time. Basically, unfortunately, he didn't sign in time, so he is not available today, which is a shame because I would have liked to see him, but it is what it is. I just got your Subway recommendation. Chicken bacon is sweet. Yo, Peach. Fair play. Tell me how you feel about it. Tell me how you feel about it. I'm interested. I'm interested to know your opinions. You're a smart man. I want to know what you think. Yeah. Sure, Raja, sure. Logan, can you put the timer up so it's easy to sync up? I wish I could. The software we're using today means I can't, unfortunately. I can't, unfortunately. I need to think of a way I could do that. I don't know how I would, though. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. There might be a way I can think about it, but yeah, unfortunately not. But to give you some context, I'm currently 3 minutes and 20 seconds into the game. Costa nil Alicante. Oh, okay, nice. Never been. Sounds like a hot place though compared to here. I'm thinking mostly about heat today. I can't lie to you. It's so warm. It's so cold that all I can think about is the heat. All I can think about is the heat. I assume you mean me. What team do you support? West Ham United. This is a West Ham channel. Welcome. Subscribe if you're new. Drop that like. Of course, if we hit, just in case you're new around here, if you hit 16,000 subscribers in this stream, big tall order. I don't think it's going to happen, but it may do. If it happens, we're doing a giveaway on this stream. What a time to be alive that would be. Sweet one. Thank you. Some in-game sushi. Very excited. What are you getting, Jeffrey? A bit of salmon sashimi? What are we feeling? My heart is pounding. It's a tense moment. It's a tense moment. I am at the time of all times, the Just Blaze time, of course, 4:20, 4 minutes 20 seconds. 4 minutes 20 seconds, 4:26, 4:27, 4:28, 4:29, 30, 31, 32, and so on, so forth. I am about a minute behind. The Now TV app is about 50 seconds behind, and then you have the 10 seconds that YouTube takes to broadcast this stuff, you know? It's frustrating, but it is. What do you think about Timotz? I can never pronounce his name. Let's figure that out now. Simicas is how I'm going to say it. Simicas. I don't know. I haven't watched enough of him to know, to be honest. I want to get to know him, though. But I just haven't watched enough. New subscriber. Thank you, Joe Judge. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the Hams Chat community. Appreciate it. Always good to see new faces around. Yellowtail, spicy California, and Alaska roll with a hot and sour soup. Soup could go a long way for me today. I can't lie to you. I could do for a soup today. I got a carrot and coriander in the cupboard, and I did consider it before the stream. I ended up only eating fruit, but it's not a bad choice. I'm not very learned in the way of sushi. I need to get more involved. I need to figure it out. You know, I have cheese and chip sarnies for the game. That sounds insane. I have never had that before. But I'm deeply interested. Chip butty, of course. Chip butty is a staple. It's a staple. My family, mostly northern, so chip butty is a thing that I'm deeply aware of. But cheese involved is a little bit wild. New subscriber from a Liverpool fan. Thank you very much, Votikin. Welcome. Come get involved. What do you feel about the lineup? How do you feel? What do you think your score prediction is going to be from a Liverpool perspective? I'm interested. Good to see it, Peach. Need more chance from him eventually get back into stay. We got the Dawson one sorted. Dawson, you tick that one off. We can tick that win off. We'll see. We'll figure it out as we go. If someone's having a particularly good game, we need a Ben Rama chant. He's a new player. We need a Lingard chant. Jesse Lingard might be one to think about. I don't even know what a dragon roll is. I assume that's from sushi. I love the name of it though, and I want it. Chips with curry sauce over chips with gravy. I'm gonna put this out here. I want the chat's opinion on this. What do you have with your chips, chat? What are we feeling when you get chips? What are you vibing? Are you having? Well, what are you having? I'm going to put this out here. Neither. I've never had either. I only had curry sauce for the first time during lockdown, and that was in a curry setting as opposed to a chip setting. It was very nice. It was much nicer than I expected it to be. But in general, I'm not a chip curry or chip gravy man. Do you know what I mean? That's maybe a controversial opinion. Can I just say that every stream Peach isn't is a great stream? I strongly agree. Jeffrey. I could not agree more. Kufal chant is another one we need to think about. Kufal, we probably need a Suchek one as well. Actually, that's a great point. There's a lot to think about. Chili and cheese from Logan. Cheese says Duvet Dancer. Gravy says Dean. When the match starting says Nasir. The match has begun, sir. We are 8 minutes in currently. It's 0-0. Doritos with jalapeno cheese sauce. See, Doritos with a cheese sauce, I can imagine. Salt and vinegar says Arthur. See, this is where I'm at. It's maybe a bit basic. Salt and vinegar, ketchup. That's it for me. That's the movement for me. Unfortunately, it's frustrating. It is frustrating because I wish, I don't know. Maybe I need to stretch out of my comfort zone a little bit with that stuff. I don't know. West Ham had a good opportunity there, playing it into the box. It's end to end so far. Lots of going back and forth. Neither team really on top. Both sort of going, sort of as I would expect for these two teams. Actually, when you look at it and you say, well, you have Liverpool, who like to press on the front foot. They like to push hard. They like to play fast. Heavy metal football, as Klopp once called it. And you've got us who like to counter-attack. I mean, it makes sense, but it has been very end-to-end so far in terms of what the game has been like. Is Lingard joined? He has joined officially. He's not in the squad today because he did not sign in time, but he will be, I suspect, in the squad for the next game. He is with the matchday squad, just not available to play. But he has joined. Lingard has officially joined from Manchester United on loan to the end of the season. Salad cream on chips. Willie plays. That's a bold play, sir. That's a bold play. Chips and gravy is a banger down under. He's okay. As in Australia. That's interesting. Onion vinegar and salt on chips. I don't know what vinegar I have. It's probably just whatever one. Isn't it true that in chip shops the vinegar is not actually vinegar? This is what I've heard. But I don't know if that's true or not. How have we started the game, says Alan? Yeah, it's end-to-end. We've not started badly. I think we started fine. I think we started fine to well. And I think so of Liverpool. It's going to be an interesting game to how it spins out. That's why I said 2-2, because it's a situation in which I think both teams could score multiple goals, and I can't decide which way it would probably go. We've got a great opportunity here. Liverpool at home, a weaker side, especially their centre-backs. Playing Henderson and the young kid, who I can't remember his name, or Phillips. Playing Henderson and Phillips at centre-back is a huge opportunity for us to really take advantage of it, especially for a team who press higher, who press hard. It's an excellent opportunity to try and get into the spaces that they leave behind. For Antonio, for Ben Rama, for Fornals and Bowen. I think we'll score multiple goals, but I think they will as well. But in terms of how we started, I think both teams have started fine. Neither team on top yet. Very end-to-end stuff so far. Bit reckless there from Angela. I think it was Dawson, but you enjoy to see it regardless. Hello, Mr. Pardew. Good to see you, sir. How are you, Mr. Pardew? If you're getting chips from a chip shop, what are you having from it? That's the question we're asking currently. What would you get from the chip shop? It's non-brewed condiment. Yeah, because I know it is vinegar, but I don't think it is officially vinegar. Whatever it is, I like it. Whatever effect it's happening on my stomach, it is. Charlie C, great name for a start. Goal scorer predictions. For Liverpool, Salah and Origi. Oh, nice little bit of skill there from, I think it was Bowen. Nice little bit of skill. Actually, I think it was Ben Rama. Really nice little flick over the top. For Liverpool, I would say Salah and Origi. For West Ham, if we're saying 2, Antonio Souček. I think they're the safe ones. But they're the ones I'm going to go with. They're the ones I'm going to go with. Big up man like Charlie B. Go Brooklyn. Shout out Brooklyn. Big ends. Big ends. Got a few quid on Bono to score today. I could see that from a corner. I think set pieces could be big today. I think set pieces could be good. Now, and that's why I'm thinking Souček, but Souček or Bono are the obvious ones, or the boy Dawson. Dawson, scratch that. It's Antonio and it's Dawson getting the goals. No Souček today. It's Antonio and it's Dawson. That's the vibe I'm going with. Dawson to score. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's what we're thinking. That's what we're thinking. That's what we're vibing. Liverpool getting enough numbers here, but we've got a lot back. We've got a lot of players back. Basically, our entire team's back at this point. They took slightly too long to find a space. Tried to work their way down the left and couldn't quite manage it. It was close. It was close for them. It was a good opportunity, but I think they just took a little bit. I think it was Rigi took maybe one too many touches, a little bit too long on the ball. And they created something out of it, and they've got a corner, but they could have potentially had a goal there. Just putting a headphone in so I can just hear any names of players and stuff if I need to. Corner comes in from Robertson, headed away. For those wondering, I'm on 13 minutes and 30 seconds exactly. Exactly. Dawson to nut one in. Bang. Big plays. Imagine that. I just want to see it. I just want to see it. Good to see you, Slim Reaper. All right, Charlie, mate. I hope you get the win today, but I don't want United to win anything, so I'm kind of torn, bro. We have your lot in a week or two. Come on, Villa. We got lucky last night. I didn't see the game last night. Interested to know what your take on it was. I mean, realistically, I don't know who'd want to win. That's a fair point. I don't know who'd want to win. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good. I don't know from your perspective who'd want to win. What minute are you on? I am on 14 minutes and 20 seconds exactly. 14 minutes, 20 seconds exactly. He is. He just works hard, doesn't he? That's why even when he's having quiet games, he's still putting in the hours, this Bowen, putting in the work rate. You got to appreciate it. Come on, CB. Come on now. Where's your sidekick? Says Slim Reaper. Tom doesn't do stuff with Hamish Chat anymore. He has his own channel, Athos32. Make sure to go check that out. Does big FIFA videos over there. Good stuff. Very good stuff. Proud of him. I look at his editing and I think, yes. Good. You're nailing it. Peach with a bang, bang, bangs. With a plap, plap, plaps. Good evening, sir. Good evening, Clips. Good to see you. How are you? How's things in Clips land? Good ball in from Liverpool, but not many people in the box. Free kick to Liverpool. Good to see you. Good to see you. Every time he gets the ball, he passes the ball backwards. I need to look into this a little bit more because I've seen you say it before, and I've never noticed it before. And I need to get into it. I need a shave, don't I? And I need to look into it, James. I need to be more paying attention. Just a bit clumsy there from Declan Rice. Easy free kick for Liverpool, really. It's a free kick in a good area for Liverpool here. On the right-hand side, sort of relatively close to the touchline, about 35 yards out. Trent puts it in. Bounces away. Shot from outside the box. Doesn't quite happen for Liverpool. And we win a free kick on the way out. The thing is with Liverpool is a free kick in sort of anywhere within 30 yards is a good opportunity. When you have Trent and Robertson and people like that who can just put the ball in just in a beautiful place, it's always a dangerous time. But we dealt with that relatively well. And then Kufau and Thiago. Kufau was trying to charge the ball. Thiago already falling over, just sort of falls into Kufau, takes him down. And John Moss calls the free kick. I'm watching you high on LSD, says Brandon. It's a bold choice. Brandon, if you were to get chips from a chip shop, what would you have with it? I'm interested. Screwing all the ball too much to the back. There is a lot of short passing happening, not a lot of big punts, which is a shock because big punts, can be useful against a high pressing side. can be useful against a high pressing side. So I am surprised about how much we're sort of slotting the ball around, you know. Look at that, Brandon coming in big. Doner kebab, all caps. That's a man who knows what he wants. And he wants chips and a doner. Chips and a doner. Big call, Brandon. I back it. Congratulations. It's a big call. It's a big call. Brandon's chips flying around the front room right now. Doesn't even have chips. He's eating. I was going to come up with a joke here, but I don't have one. I don't have one. Southampton pressed the life out of us. We should be playing Marvellous Nakamba more because he's got a great name for a start. He bossed it against Newcastle United. I know it's Newcastle, but he's a class CDM. He was brought in the 96-minute insult. Yeah, whenever I feel like making substitutes that long is just a waste of time. I mean, most of the time it is just a waste of time, literally. But it's like, I don't know how I would feel as a player getting substituted on that late, you know? One thing that would be good to see in that is that we're not going to press you like that. You know, that's not our style. That's not our play. I think there's only one team who press less than us, and I think it's Newcastle. So, I mean, we'll see. It's going to be a good game. I think that one. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Good to see you, Ray. Good to see you, sir. How are you doing, Charlie? Good time to play Liverpool. It is probably the best time. As I said earlier, it's not exactly a weak side. They've still got many world-class players in this team, but it is the weakest Liverpool side you're going to see. You're not going to see a weaker Liverpool side than this, really. So it is a good time to face them. I said I'd be happy with a 2-2. That's what I've gone with. I've said 2-2. I'd be happy with a point. But I can see a cheeky win out of this one. I can't lie. And how am I doing in general? I'm good, sir. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see. Barely got out of half. Yeah, early on in the game, it was a bit pinbally, a bit half end to end. But since then, Liverpool have really got their foot on the ball and taken control. We're organised, as Peach just said there. We're actually well organised. I think we've got the players in the right positions. It's just a case of how we break out of that. I think it's going to be a longer game today. I don't think it's going to be one where we go wild and it be balanced. I do think it's going to be a difficult game today, but you are right. I don't think we've quite got out of our half properly yet so far. I don't think we've quite got out of our half yet. Still. Do you think this is from Matt Fennan? Oh, first of all, Justin, greetings from Rotterdam. Good to see you, sir. How is Holland today? How's it vibing? Do you think results going around us, going our way, that there is less pressure on a result here? I don't know if there's any pressure on us at all. I think the only pressure on us is the pressure we put on it. I think realistically, we're in a really good position here where I think we can sort of play the rest of the season without any pressure, knowing that whatever we do will be above what we were expected. We've already beaten our expectations. We've already beaten our goals and aims for the season, and we're going to finish well. I think the only games where there'll be somewhat pressure, I think, will be FA Cup games. But outside of that, I think we've got a great opportunity not to play with a sort of with more of a freedom to our game because we're doing so well. I think any pressure that's put on us is put on us from ourselves. I don't think it's a situation in which there is external pressure. What does the table look like right now? Let's just have a quick look. So we're currently 5th with how many points off are we saying? That's what I'm trying to look for here. We are the Premier League table on a Premier League side is trash. Okay, so we're 2 points off Liverpool. So if we win, we go above them. Goal difference is going to be a struggle for us the entire time. But like you say, I mean, Spurs. To be fair, Spurs have two games in hand, but they're 3 points behind. I don't know if it relieves the pressure. What's the chat think? How do you feel, chat? I'm interested in that because for me personally, I think we've got a great opportunity here to play without pressure. I think the only pressure is us. Is the one we put on ourselves. You know, they kicked the crap out of us last night. Ronaldo's tough. They played their free kick guy right back as well. Mad decision. I do like Southampton a lot. I like Hassan Hüttel a lot. I like a lot of their players. They're a tougher team to face than people think they are. But yeah, I didn't watch it. I wanted to. I just didn't have the time in the end. Just didn't have the time. You know, it's like when stuff's so quick, you just miss it. Big Mike Monera. I don't know what the clap was there, but I did it anyway. Good to see you, Mike. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. What's your score prediction, Mike? How are you feeling for the game? Let me know. And hope you're good, bro. Hope you're good. Who is the coach from Liverpool? It is Jurgen Klopp. Holidays dire straits, socially curfew, riots, lack of vaccine, but Feyenoord won. Well, there you go. It all swings and roundabouts. Had just wide from Liverpool. Swings and roundabouts. I have seen the riot stuff. I don't really know what's going on with it. I just saw that they were happening. I haven't really been checking the news too much because it's a bit much. It's a bit much, you know. But yeah, I don't really know what's going on about it. But like you say, Feyenoord won, so you know, swings and roundabouts. Do you think there's a situation this year when Morse returns to the back five? Yeah, I think this is the one, to be honest with you. I think that when we have that run, I can't remember it is in about a month and a half, whenever it is, when we face all the big teams again in a row. I think I would, if we have the players fit for it, I would go back to a back five for that. Make sure we're strong defensively, hit them on the counter like we did the first time. We had a blueprint that worked. I think we go back to that. As much as I prefer personally seeing us play with a four at the back, more people in attacking positions. As much as I prefer that, I think that's the right decision for those games. I'm shocked that he didn't go back to it for this one, but I think it's just maybe the personnel involved. If we get a left back in today or tomorrow, then potentially we see us go back to a back five. Fornals played in round the back. That's good. Pulls it cross. Ben Rama. Hit. What? A really good opportunity played in. Ben Rama just flicks it up, and then Antonio, just in his way, can't hit it. He throws his arms up in the air, and then it bounces around a little bit. Shot from range, bounces back. Get a good opportunity. Frustratingly getting in each other's way, but it is what it is. Kufar around the back. Robertson stops him. Out for a goal kick. Ben Rama's hands slightly low. Let's look at the replay again. It's a good ball out wide. Fornals starts stepping on it. The ball on the overlap is good for Cresswell, who pulls it back across. Ben Rama is there, and you can see him frustrated. The second shot follow-up, I think, from Declan Rice or Fornals. Maybe it was Fornals, actually. Yeah, it was Fornals. Milner deflects it, then Robertson heads it away. Good opportunity, a very good opportunity there. Antonio just getting in the way of Ben Rama, unfortunately. I think that's why he didn't shoot after. I think that's why he just was standing in the way. Frustrating. I'm feeling 1-2 to them. Fair, Mike. I think that's a fair thing. I've said 2-2, but I think that's a fair prediction, to be fair. Yeah, Jeffrey. I think that's the sort of time. I wouldn't have been shocked to have seen us do it now, but I do think that's the time. And hey, with their weak defense, maybe now's the time. But it's not like they're a weak side. Weaker. It's maybe where I should have put that. Weaker. Passing around the box and here, Liverpool looking to try and find a way in. They've struggled to find a way in for the centre once we've settled. We are well organised. It's just a case of settling quick enough. I think we take a couple of minutes to do it. Not a couple of minutes, but you know. We want to see game, no you. Soz. You can't see game. No see game. No see game, YouTube kill me. If me put game on screen, YouTube come murder me. So I can't do it, unfortunately, sir. Good to see you though, Aziel. Subscribe if you're around here. Like the video and all that. It's another good opportunity for Liverpool here. They're in a good position. They can't quite get the ball into the box. I'll tell you what, we're well organised. We are well organised. It's very much backs to the ball stuff, but we are well organised. I'm interested to see how that plays out over time. Because I think earlier on we had a bit more of it. But then once it dropped down, there wasn't really much we could do about it, you know? We'll see, I guess. We'll see. Thank you, Jeffrey. Well, boy. What formation does West Ham use? It's a 4-4. It's a sort of 4-4-1-1, 4-2-3-1 kind of thing. I would say 4-4-1-1 just because the wide players are so deep. But yeah, 4-2-3-1 type thing. Yeah, 4-4-1, something like that. He's just a legend. He's just a legend, isn't he? He's just a big boy doing big bits. Good corner from Liverpool into a good position. Headed back into the box. Up in the air. Liverpool can't quite find... We're swarming them quite well. When they get into these attacking positions, we're swarming them quite well. We'll see. Thank you. Thank you, Peach. So we're almost 28 minutes into this game here. I'm on 27.50. We're almost 28 minutes into this game, and it has been mostly Liverpool. Mostly Liverpool pressing, mostly Liverpool pushing. We've been backed against the wall the most time. Once or twice, we have managed to get forward and make something of it, but it's just not quite been able to do much with it. Not being able to do much with it. That Ben Rama chance there was probably the best one. Outside of that, it's been a case of realistically mostly Liverpool. I've got the stats up on the screen now. Liverpool have had 72% possession compared to our 28, which is insane when you think about it. Absolutely insane. They've had 5 shots compared to our 2. But the ones that were on target were blocked and the other ones were offside. So not offside, off target. They are starting to do something though, Liverpool here. They're definitely the better of the two sides. But that's not the worst thing in the world for us. That's not the worst thing in the world for us. I don't think that particularly destroys us. I think it's just a case of this is the way we set up against the big teams. We're going to sit deep. We're going to hold on. Precarious is probably the word. It's a risky strat, but when we hit people on the break, and I think that's a thing. That's why they still find the opportunity. Yeah, I mean that's what we're saying, right? They sit deep, they defend, and then when they get the opportunity to, they break and they counter and they burst with pace, and that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to find that situation, trying to find those gaps to do that. And like I said, we are relatively well organized. A dangerous position there, but we've dealt with it quite well. Ball over the top. We'll see how it goes. Thank you everyone for watching. If you're new around here, make sure to drop a subscribe and like, because that really genuinely does help us. And like I said earlier, if we hit 16k subscribers during this stream, a big tall order, not one I think we're going to be able to do because it is quite a large task. But if we manage to do it, if we manage to hit 16,000 subscribers in this stream, there will be a giveaway. So let me see what it will be. If I just have a quick look, where are we at now currently? We're at 15,887. If we hit 16k, so just over 100 subscribers, there will be a giveaway during this stream. A tall order, but one that's not impossible. Best team doesn't always win. I do see that a very positive work rate at the moment. Yeah, I can back that 100%. I think it's a case of like, look, as much as they are in charge of this game and as dangerous as they are, which they are, there's no point pretending otherwise. There's no point pretending we're in control of this game or anything else. I do think it's going to plan to an extent, but let's not pretend we're in control of this game. I think that's a fair shout. I think, we could just as easily hit them on the break and they get a goal because they're struggling to find good opportunities. Like I said, they've had 5 shots. We've had 5 shots. 2 of them, 3 of them have been off target, I think. And the only 2 that look like they were on target have been blocked. So the ones that they're actually causing damage with, aka the shots on target, then I think it's all right. Royal Rumble live. What I would say is this, CB. You're going to want to look at my Twitter account, specifically at @ATopLad. You're going to want to look at that. Maybe about... I don't know what time yet. I tell you what, CB. Just... ask me again in 5 minutes. Let me send some people some messages. Ask me again in 5 minutes. I might have something for you. We'll see. yeah, we shouldn't sit here and pretend like we're in control of this game, because we're definitely not. We're definitely not in control of this game. But I think it's what I expected. Even though we're not in control, it's what I expected, is the way I would word it. You know what I'm trying to say with that? You know what I'm trying to say with that? Royal Rumble guest appearance from Salah comes flying in over the top rope, big plays. Who knows? I think we're waiting for second half, take the steam out of Liverpool first half. It's an interesting idea. It's an interesting idea. I think, to be fair, I think we started more. I think we started more. I think we started like we usually start, right? I don't think it was a case of where we are struggling. I think we came out fast like we usually do, but now we're just looking at it and saying this is how we play against big teams. We sit deep, we try and hit them on the counter attack, and I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I think we can do that. I think we can do that. You know, it's just about taking those opportunities when we go forward. And for example, when you looked at the opportunity with Ben Rama, those ones. You just say we created something good there. It's just about finding what we can do from that, you know. It's about finding what we can do in it. Ball played over the top. Kufau heads onto Antonio, who comes out wide. Try to swazzer. Doesn't actually manage anything. Corner though, these are the sort of things where we've got to do something with this. We've got to find the space. Just the attacking stats showing for West Ham there. I'm not going to be able to see it on time, but basically, set piece goal was the most in the league. You know, it's big. It's big. Short corner. Played it in. Allison holds it. Allison holds it. Do you remember when I said we needed to use those opportunities? Do you remember when I said we needed to find what we could do with those situations? You know, take the most of them. I don't know if I don't know. I think there's a point, right, on this, right? I think there's a point. I think we've seen it from set pieces as well, from free kicks and stuff, right? I think there's an argument to be had that we've become very predictable with them. And I think maybe what we're thinking is trying to overthink it. Let's try something else. Let's do a little bit of something. Let's try and find the opportunities where there aren't one. If they're expecting us to just pump the ball in, maybe we play it short. We ask them to try and adjust because they're expecting just a pump into the box, and then we can find a bit of space. The problem is that's fine. That's fine in principle, right? That's fine in logic. But if in that opportunity, for example, we don't then follow up on the second go when they do all come out and leave the space, then what's the point? It feels like we're trying to outthink them and we're doing something they're not expecting. But what we're struggling to do is come up with the plan for the second bit. I don't know. It just is what it is. It's frustrating because it's such a good opportunity for us. BH says 2-1. Okay, fair enough. Who's going to be the goal scorers? We're really on the back foot here. We are. We really are. Like I said, they're currently got 70% possession, Liverpool. They currently had 70%. It's wild. It's wild. Do you think we will win? I think I said 2-2. I'm going to stick with that. I think that's the option. I think that's the vibe. 2-2. I think that the longer this game goes on, the less I'm thinking there'll be that many goals. But I said 2-2, and I'll stick to it. Maybe I'll reassess at halftime. This game is right. Just you know. Excuse me. It's Hammers chat does not condone it, Logan. Charlie Walsh does not condone it, but I understand the vibe you're feeling. I understand the vibe you're feeling. Anyway. So we got a free kick in a decent position here. Just if this is what we see when we're here, we played it short. I want to see us just get it into the box. Okay, Rice played it long instead. That's fair enough. Bouncing around. This is feeling like a game earlier in the season where everything we do is just a little bit too stretched, a little bit too much of a bold play, as opposed to everything's just a bit too stretched. We can't find that final pass as frequently as we'd want. It's frustrating. It is frustrating. This is a much better position, though. This is a much, much better position. The original free kick was one of those ones where I just wanted to see us pump it, and we did after a while, but not quite yet. Here, now we're in a good position. This is right-hand side, sort of near the corner of the area. It's basically a corner kick. Whip it into a good position. Don't play it short. And if you do play it short, make the smart ball. Good ball in. Okay, well, it's shot. Okay. Dealt with better. Dealt with a lot better. That was significantly better. Significantly better. Link the channel to the top player channel. That's a good point. I should probably do that. That's a great point. I should probably do that. It's only just because I'm, it's like I've just been busy. It's a good shout though, folks. Good shout. I tell you what, their defending has looked significantly less confident than ours. I think that's a good point. I think that's a very good point, actually. I think when we've got into those positions, we have found opportunities, but it's a case of trying to. I don't know. I think that's a good point, though. These are the questions you need to ask yourself, Jeffrey. These are the questions you need to ask yourself. Is it because I haven't done a video on there in several months? Maybe. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Are there videos coming up? There are. Just as and when. When I have the time, basically. Right. Let's press these buttons at the same time. The cross was good from the corner, at least. It's a good position. It's just, and to be fair, even if that one defender didn't do it, and we would have dealt with it pretty well. I think the longer this game goes on, I don't know. I was going to say I become more confident, but I don't feel it. I don't feel it again. I don't feel it. I got a little bit confident again, but now I've lost it. I've lost it once more. So, I mean, the first sort of half an hour or so, I think it was mostly Liverpool. The early stages of it, we had a couple of bits here and there, right? But then since then, it was all Liverpool. I think the last 5 minutes, what we've seen are opportunities for us. We've seen us get into good positions. I've seen us again here. Antonio through. He's had to pull it back. He just couldn't do it. He's not really going anywhere with it. Tried something that I don't even know what he tried to do and wasted the pass. We're growing into this a little bit, and by a little bit, I really do mean a little bit. It's not a significant or confident way of looking at it at all. But ball in, Antonio, saved by Alisson. Not an incredible hit from Antonio, but a decent header. Falling backwards, a decent header. Thank you, Niall. Appreciate it, my friend. Appreciate it. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. If you haven't subbed already, make sure you have, everyone. Like I said, 16K. If we hit 16K during this stream, there will be a giveaway. There will be a giveaway. But thank you for subbing. I like why you're here because it just genuinely really helps. Survive till half time. I think, do you know what? I think it's the other way around at this point. I think Liverpool are probably going to be the. I think Liverpool might be at this point, they're struggling. We're starting to look a lot better here. We're starting to look a lot better. I mean, over the last we're starting to gain a bit more possession. I mean, about 5-10 minutes ago, we had 22% possession or whatever it was. We're now up to 31. We're starting to get there. Shots are happening. I think we're stepping up our game a little bit. But again, it's always going to be a case of if we don't take those opportunities that we have, then what can we do? You know, what can we do? What can we do? Strong on the left. I think that's true. Why do we keep going down left where they're clearly weaker on their right? I think, to be honest, I think going down their left is just because that's where Soufal is. I think that's our entire thing. We just get the ball to Soufal, but then we just pump it in. I don't think it's a case of like we've individually earmarked their defenders and gone, that's the one we should target. We should do this, that, or the other. Although having said that, yeah, no, I don't think we have done that. It's just a case of get the ball to Soufal and pump it to him. That is usually our thing. That is usually the way we play football. I think that's the case here. Chuck, good to see you. We're looking better. I agree. We're starting to get there. Not to brag, but I was there for first comment of first line this time. Got to respect it, Jeffrey. You do have to respect it. Close from Liverpool. Thiago played the ball. The reverse ball was actually really good from Thiago into the path of Origi, who in the 6-yard box had to stretch for it. It would have been a great finish from there. Don't get me wrong. But Thiago is so good, isn't he? Thiago saw that more than Origi did. Origi didn't start making his run really until Thiago had hit it. The centre-backs were in good positions. I think we defended that well. It's just a great... Thiago is he's just world class. He's just world class. He is just completely and utterly world class. Quick passing. Salah on the edge of the box. Hits it. Fine. Hello. How are you?
That's good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. I assume half time's happened and not a goal because I just checked the chat and there was no one screaming. So, yeah. How are you? How was your read on that first half, GM Aki?
I think we're giving Liverpool a bit too much respect, to be honest with you. I think we're better than what we think we are. I feel like we're playing like a team that can't lay a glove on Liverpool. And I think we're doing ourselves a disservice, to be honest with you. It's a bit disappointing. We're doing okay. I mean, we haven't been bad. I just think we look a bit scared almost. I think there's a bit of fear in us, which is a bit surprising, a bit disappointing, because I thought that we're more than good enough to have a pop at them. I think there's been a few poor decisions by individuals at key moments in the game, which has not affected us, but it's just been a bit... I'm content. We're doing okay.
I feel like, yeah, I think probably fine. I think if you'd asked me that question 10 minutes ago, I probably would be a lot less happy or a lot more content. I think a lot less content. They were sort of completely and utterly on the front foot at that point. I think outside that opening 5 minutes, in that opening half an hour, 35, whatever you want to word it, it was all Liverpool. And we had like next to no possession. We were struggling to get out of a half and everything. I think you'd asked me then, I would have been a lot less content. But having that last 10 minutes or so, we created some decent opportunities. We put the ball in the ground, and I think you started to see the game plan be what the game plan is going to be. Having us basically defend, stay solid, and I think organizationally we've been decent, and then hit them on the counter, and we've created 1 or 2 bits from that. But I don't know. How about you, Ray? How do you feel about that half?
I feel quite confident. It was a good, close game, to be fair.
how do you feel about the way we set up? Because there was some chat in it. There was some talk in the chat, for example. Ray, we'll start with you. There was some talk in the chat about when do we think we go back to the back five, for example. Do you think a back five would be better in this game, or is it just a case of this is the situation we have because these are the players that are available?
No, I quite like the formation we're playing. You know, if we go back to a back five, I think we'll be too defensive, just that little bit more. Where if you look at Benrahma when he comes and gets the ball, the little tricks he does just to get around the players gives us a bit more attacking threat. Otherwise, we're just asking for Liverpool to come more attacking on us. I know Masuaku can do a bit of business, but just that little bit more attacking we need. I feel like we're doing really well. You know, it's a clean sheet. Liverpool ain't had too many chances. Not clean cut either. It's going to get a bit more open second half. But I feel like there's a mistake in Liverpool. Look at Salah's pass back to Antonio. I feel like there's going to be a couple more of them coming in the second half. Just a little mistake.
There was also that free kick that put in, and if that one defender didn't track the ball, there were four of our players waiting to knock it into the net.
Yeah.
Whether we took that or not is another question. Gio, how do you feel? Also, I'm going to run to the toilet, so
yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy enough, but I think that free kick, I'm disappointed we didn't stop that big guy. Why you're Nat Phillips? We should have someone for Niles or someone that's in the area that's not necessarily good in the air. Should be blocking him running back in because he's their only tall player. Keep away from him, and you've got a chance. So how about you just stop him trying to reach the ball? Just nudge him. You don't foul him. Just stand in his way. So when stand in an offside position if you have to, and just stand there. So say when you turn around and run, I'm just going to hold my ground. We'll both fall to the floor. I won't claim for a penalty, but what I do is I stop you from running in there and heading. It was only a geezer that ran back. I think Moyes will be the happier manager of the two at half-time. Yeah. Klopp will be a bit frustrated because they haven't really created much. They've been restricted to long-range efforts, but they've had a couple of bits and pieces. Origi at the very end there was close to getting in. I must admit, I'm getting a bit nervous when they keep putting the ball in behind our defence. Salah's had a couple of good runs. Milner's been making some good runs from deep. That's making me a little bit every time they do that. But we've been defending well enough. I'm a bit sort of frustrated with our long passing, if you like. It's a bit more long ball than long passing. We've just been booting it, and it's coming straight back at us. But I think a couple of tweaks and a little bit of a braver West Ham, I think we can do something here. I don't think Benrahma's been in the game much, though, Ray.
No, and that's probably because Liverpool have had most of the ball. But I know what you mean. Like when Dawson kicked it out and Bowen comes short and it just went over the top of him. It seems like we're just playing a little bit more. But I do feel like we can get in the back of Liverpool. I feel like not a long ball, but I feel like in the midfield there could be just a cutting pass that just jumps in between them. I'm excited. I'm not. I know what you mean, Beard, but I'm not that as nervous. I feel like if they score, we score. And I feel like a draw might be on the cards here, even though I say a West Ham win. But I reckon a draw could be on the cards.
Our long balls need to be a bit better. They are a bit too just getting pung at Henderson and Phillips's heads, really. They're not landing where you want them to land. I think they're a bit quite flat with a bit of pace behind them as well. So even if the defenders ducked it, I think you'd probably find Alisson standing on the edge of 18-yarder waiting for it anyway. I'd like to see them a bit loftier, if anything. Phillips and Antonio's got a really good battle going on in the air as well. Antonio's won some, Phillips has won some, so a really good one. But I'm unsure why we're putting Antonio up against him. Why is Antonio not over up against Henderson the whole time? I think it's silly to aim for Antonio up against the one guy that's got a bit of height. Get him up against the shorter one. And let's let them have a wrestle almost. I think Phillips and Henderson may switch sides if we do that, but that's okay. Then you're making them do something. You're forcing Liverpool to change the way they're set up. But Antonio needs to be better in the final third. He's not had much to do. There was that one, he got it, he ran down the left with it, turned around and just booted it back to one of their centre midfielders, and they counter-attacked us. And I thought, what the hell was that? There's our team, it's tiring being a defender and a midfielder, defending for large parts like we are. We finally get away, get the ball, you want to have a little bit of a breather, and Antonio just gave it away immediately, and all of a sudden we're running back. I just think we're showing Liverpool a bit too much respect. We're better than we are. We are better than what we are showing there, and I just wish that we had a bit more confidence. I mean, I've seen the short corner routine again, I mean, stuff like that's just it's frustrating. We've had one corner all half, and we did nothing with it.
What do you think about the short corners and the short free kicks? I know naturally you hate it. Why do you think we keep doing it? Is what I want to ask.
It just looks very cagey to me.
No, Ray, is that your telly?
Yeah, sorry, is that too loud? Sorry.
Someone's got TV on. I can hear it. You're going to get us a copyright strike with that telly on. Trying to mute the bloody thing. You're going to get us a copyright strike for broadcasting Sky Sports. But yeah, I don't like short corners. I think it's worked once. I think that might have been. I was against Stockport, with the greatest respect to them. I don't like it at all. I understand it. If you're up against someone like Burnley, I understand why you might try it to drag the other defence out of position, disrupt their game plan. But when you're up against Liverpool with one tall player, well, two with Origi, I don't know why you're not just whipping it in and going, go on, man, battle for it. Yeah. Battle for it. Here you go, 50-50. We'll win it in the air. We need to just do a bit, I think, just get the ball in the flipping box kind of thing.
I think we're just overthinking it with them. I think it's a case of us going, they're expecting us to pump the ball in. Let's do something different. But my problem is that's all well and good. But for example, the one where it was a great opportunity, we put it into the box. A, the ball into the box wasn't that great. But B, no one followed up on the ball into the box where there was actually space because Liverpool vacated it. If you're going to do it, at least do it right. I don't know.
I wonder if we get a corner in the second half. We look as if we're going to do the short corner, but actually go long just to confuse Liverpool a little bit. Hopefully that's their thinking.
The reason a lot of teams do short corners is because you pull one player out the box, sometimes two. Some team, I don't know how many Liverpool done. I think they only done one, but some teams will send two defenders out in case there's a short corner routine, and then it's 2v2 and then it outnumbers. So you do it to drag defenders out the box. But we don't need to do that. Like we're up against a short team tonight. Let them flood the box with defenders. It just allows us to put an extra attacker in there almost. I think I would like to see us being a bit braver in the second half. We are a bit braver. Yes, okay, we open ourselves up and we're becoming a bit more vulnerable. But I do think we will carry a massive threat if we are just a little bit crank up the old risk factor.
How much? Someone in the chat asked earlier about whether results going our way in other games means there's less pressure in this game. Do you feel like and my response was, I don't think there should be any pressure on us whatsoever. I think the only pressure on us in this game is the pressure we put on ourselves. But I don't think there's necessarily any pressure. Do you feel like this is a team who are playing maybe under a bit of pressure? That's why they're sort of struggling to get too much more foot on the ball, stuff like that. Is that something you feel? Ray? Start with you.
Potentially, they've played a lot of games in a short period, but and they've not got their first team. They've got their mediocre, strong team in the game. So they've got a point to prove, but they're not doing it. I don't feel like Origi or any other players doing anything fantastic. So I feel like we can definitely get at them, and we can definitely get a goal early on. I feel like we need to hit them hard at the start of the first half.
I think it puts less pressure on us. Leicester have just lost today. Some results have gone our way. I think that puts less pressure on us. If we lose, it's not the end of the world. It was already not the end of the world. But if other teams around us also drop points and stuff, Leicester just got beaten by Leeds. We are playing the champions of England here. Are they at their best on the pitch with their players? No. Are they playing at their best? No. I've seen Liverpool play better than that this season. But I do think we are sitting off them a bit too much. However, I think this is maybe part. I'm willing to give Moyes benefit of the doubt here and thinking that this is part of the plan. Let's get it to the hour mark or something at 0-0. Then let's start pressuring them. We are probably just as fit, if not fitter than them. We get a lot of plaudits for our fitness. I think Liverpool are, and also a really fit team as well. Last season, they were winning games in the 85th minute, 87th minute and stuff by grinding it out. I do wonder we're planning on keeping it tight and then going toe-to-toe with them in the latter stages of the game or something, try and hold back and then go for the sucker punch. I hope we are. We need to get Ben Ram on the ball more. He was always going to struggle when we were going to have 25% possession. He's not going to get the ball very much, but there was one pass he done for Antonio, which Antonio didn't run for, and I thought it was actually a really good pass. He played it down the left, and I thought it was really good. Antonio just wasn't ready for it. Antonio's got to be on his toes every single second in the second half, because we're only going to get 3 good passes maybe in behind that defence, and he's got to take them because he did one. He was up on 1-on-1. He got put on 1-on-1 against Phillips. He won the battle. Then he just didn't really take off. His acceleration wasn't there. It allowed Phillips to get back in. Then his pass, he gave it away. His pass was poor. A bit more bravery from us in the second half, Charlie. And I think the game's there for the game's there for the taking for both sides. Both sides are going in there thinking we can win this. It should be a good second half.
£2 from James Gunn, full-time fan. Thank you, sir. Directionless long balls aim for Henderson, not Phillips. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Phillips is the one who can header it. Henderson, I don't believe. I think that thing, Gio, you were talking about the ball, Ben Rama stuff, it reminded me a little bit of... do you remember when Anderson first turned up and he was doing passes and the rest of the team just weren't fully switched on to what he was doing yet? And you're like, oh, if someone was on it there, we could have done something. It reminds me a little bit of that. And it's weird because usually Antonio has been quite good at just finding that space out of nowhere. So hopefully he can pick that up in the second half. Do you feel less confident for the result, Gio, now?
No, I'm still maybe a little bit less, but at the same time, I think we've got another gear or two to go. I think Liverpool do as well, to be fair. But I think we've seen Liverpool's game plan, which is, Milner is making the runs from deep main lane. They're trying to get the ball wide and get the crosses in. Let them cross it. We're dealing with the crosses all day, every day. It's when they do these clever little passes into the box, and we know what they're like. They know that one for Origi at the end was a really good pass and stuff. But I don't think we've seen our game plan yet. I think we've been keeping it tight on purpose, trying to get to 0-0. It's a bit like Tottenham. This is what Mourinho almost does wrong. Tottenham score too early in games sometimes. They go 1-0 up and defend for the rest of it. But if they score in the 20th minute, they've got 70 minutes of defending to do. I think we're trying to do the opposite almost. We'll defend a little bit. We'll see what you've got, work you out, and then we will then produce our plans and let's see if you can contain us. I'm optimistic, Charlie. I'm optimistic.
Downloading info, as boxers call it. You download the information, your opponent's punching you in your face, and you're like, but in a minute, I'm going to know how you're punching me in the face, and you're going to get got. But until now, what about you, Ray? How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel confident. I think there's definitely a couple of mistakes here in Liverpool. I can see us getting a goal. I'm more edging towards a draw than either team win. And I just feel like that'd probably be the best result for us. Because I can just see it just being a bit more edgy in the second half. The other thing I want to ask you guys is, like, if it carries on playing the way we've been playing, who's going to be the first sub that we bring on to try and change the game in our favour?
That's a good point, because I said, when I said Noble coming on for Ben Rama, my assumption was that we would be in a stronger position where Moyes goes, defend, and bring it on. But that's not going to happen. Well, actually, to be fair, we've been 4-0 down and Moyes brings on defenders in the past, so it's not necessarily unheard of. But I don't think we'll see that now. I think it'll be something more attacking. I think it'll be a case of Yarmo for Bowen or Lanzini for Ben Rama.
I wouldn't make any changes.
Not now. I should say not now, later on in the game. But...
even later on in the game, even if it was the 80th minute, if it was still like this, I don't know if I'd change it. Every change that you make to try and strengthen the team has got a bit of a weakness. Lanzini for Fornals, he won't track as much as Fornals. They're testing Creswell. They're coming down that side a lot. And Creswell's standing tall. Fornals is getting back. They're a bit dodgy at defending sometimes. They've been doing sort of passing to each other to clear it, and we've been getting caught out with it. But they're standing tall at the back, and I wouldn't change anything just yet. I don't think, well, it's maybe not working going forward, it's working defensively. And I think when you play Liverpool, you need to get your defensive side done first and foremost, and then try and attack. And I just worry an attacking sub might just have a knock-on effect at the back. But anyway, the teams are back out, Charlie, so I'm going to disappear. And you've got about 90. You need about 90 subscribers for us to give this away, Charlie. So the people watching live better get subscribed and up their game. Otherwise, we are keeping this mug, and I want to give it away. So 16,000 subs today. We'll give this mug to someone in the live chat. Simple as that.
It's a good mug. I've got one. It is a solid mug. Good mug. If you want one, 16,000 subscribers, just under 100 away. Thank you, Jay, for joining us.
Bye.
Ray, likewise, thank you for joining. Hopefully for you, your Liverpool mate doesn't have too much of a...
All right, do you want a quick word with May? May, how do you feel about the first half?
Well, what can you say? We kept the ball very well. Well, obviously, can do much better. Can't attack wise, but like I say, West Ham, a bit scary for us, really, because they are our rugby team, and they are. There's always, every time we play the game against them, obviously doing what they're doing now, obviously stopping them from scoring, but just see how it goes the second half.
Charlie, can you add subtitles for the Scousness?
What's the score prediction? Last second score prediction from you and the boy.
I reckon it's going to be 1-1. Matty, what do you reckon?
I reckon 2-1 this half. I reckon we'll have it.
Wow, 2-1 West Ham, Matty. Cheers, mate.
There you go. There you go. No halftime substitution. Thank you, Ray, for coming. See you later.
Take care, buddy.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Ray and Gio on for halftime. Just a quick halftime sub. If you're leaving, thank you very much for joining us at halftime. Kickoff has just happened on my screen now. Your guess is as good as mine. Appreciate it. If you've joined us live for halftime, thank you. Subscribe if you're new around here. Drop that like button, of course. That helps us massively. We are less than 100 away now from giving away the mug. If we happen in this half, if we happen in this stream, we will be giving it away. We've got a couple of shows coming up tonight. If it happens, it happens. Get hyped, get subbed. Will be big moves. We'll see how it goes. Difficult. It's interesting hearing what other people say, because obviously I get into my own little head when I'm watching you. But to hear other people's opinions live as well as the chats, it's always interesting. I think people have different reads on the games, you know. It's good to see. It's good to see. For translation. Yeah, he doesn't. He just says we need one and then leaves. He doesn't even tell us. Just put Lingard on the right mid, seems the left side kind of decent. Yeah, I mean, Bowen's a very good player. He's not in as good form as he has been, but he has been very good. I think Lingard, where we end up seeing Lingard will be interesting. There has been some talk about Lingard potentially playing up front for us, which I would find, I wouldn't find it bad. So it'd be interesting to see where he eventually does play when he comes into the side in the next game. I don't know. I don't think he'll start. I think he'll get on the bench, but we'll start to see a little bit where he'll be playing once that happens, because he'll be coming on in those positions. Type this very quickly. My wire's in the way. I apologize. So let's see. It's one way of doing it. It is one way of doing it. Just as he comes in, just a big clatter. So to be fair, it was one of those ones where it was a decent tackle, you know. It's not one of those it's not a dodgy one. It's not a dodgy one at all. Not a dodgy one at all. I have some news. I get to be a girl dad in June. Wish me luck. Good. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. Love that. I assume you'll be calling her Charlie. It's a unisex name. So, you know, I'm just putting it out there. But congratulations. And good luck. Is it your first? I don't know. I can't remember if you said or not. Is it your first? If not, then you know what to expect. If so, good luck. Good luck. Charlie Maisie. There you go. Maisie is also a better name. Let's be real. We need one of them in. We need one of them in the watch along. Congratulations, though. Congratulations. Some big news in the watch along today. Who would have thought? Yeah, here we are. Everyone wished Jeffrey congratulations, by the way. Huge news. Huge, exciting news. Good times. West Ham starting hot in this second half, trying to get in early. Lots of big challenges coming in. Big challenges. People just coming in with wild slides. Good opportunity. Salah hits it, blocked, bounces away. So there's been a late entrant into the Rumble, but for who, Jock? For who, Russ? Who's it gonna be? Number 30 in the Rumble. Good to see you, Russ. How are you? How's the grounds? How's things? I hope you're referencing the Royal Rumble watch along that may or may not be happening later, and as opposed to a massive fight that's broken out onto the pitch. Although that would be entertaining. Lots of hype. Lots of hype for Jeffrey there. You love to see it. Dun, 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 dun. My lord. You know when someone hits a shot and you can't quite tell whether it's gone in because you're watching on a phone, which is a very small screen, and you hear the net ripple, then you hit flipping heck. Origi gets in, he holds off Dawson, I think it is. Yeah, he holds him off well and then hits it. It's a good hit, but it hits the side netting. Tense. Can you bet on the Royal Rumble? You can. Although, as it gets closer to, if you bet like yesterday or the day before, you had great odds. Although, as it gets closer and closer to the end of, the whatchamacallit? What's the word I'm looking for? As it gets closer to the Rumble time, they start to know who's going to win, and you see the odds go. It's one of the most consistent ways in knowing who's going to win the Rumble before they win Rumble is looking at the odds as the Rumble starts, because it's almost every time correct. But you can bet on the Rumble. You can. I haven't, because I never do bet in general, but you can do it. Shirt tucking apparently. Yeah, he was all over him there, wasn't he? He was all over there. Foshizi subscribe. Thank you, Foshizi. Thank you. I appreciate that. Check the tweet. If you're interested, look. If you're interested in one, I don't usually do this, but if you're interested in one, check the chat. There's a Royal Rumble on it. And of course, subscribe to Ham's chat if you haven't already. 16,000, and we do a big old giveaway. Let's check. Let's pull this up. Antonio, Allison comes out. Do you know what, Allison? Just calm and cool was Allison there. How many subscribers are we on now? We are 906, 15,906. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. 16,000 today, and we will be doing a giveaway. And like the video if you haven't already, because it's super useful for us. I think appreciate it. Congratulations, Jeffrey. I'm very happy for you, sir. I'm very happy for you. This game could still go either way. I think what Gio was saying about substitutions coming later is probably the correct thing to do. I suspect that is going to happen. Cresswell, terrible cross. I think it's a... I think the later it happens, it's probably because Moyes is going to be stick with this. I think Moyes will be happy with this. I think Moyes is going to look at this and go, "We're restricting them well enough. We're not. It's not a terrible situation for us to be in." I think he's going to look at it and say, "We're doing decent. And I think he'll keep this for as long as possible until eventually it flops. And if they score, then we'll see some changes. Or if we score, we might see some changes as well. But the longer it goes on, the nil, I suspect the lesser changes we'll see. 1 a.m. straight love from the Philippines. Welcome, D Loco. How is the Philippines at 1 a.m.? How is it? Let me know. Good to see you. Subscribe if you're new around here, but I appreciate you for coming. I appreciate you for coming. They have Firmino on the bench, says Chuck. Yeah, they've got a good bench. They have a good bench. Let me just have a quick gander at it because I haven't seen it since the beginning of the game. Salah, not quite. Who have they got? You've got Minamino. You've got Firmino. You've got Minamino. You've got Oxlade-Chamberlain. I mean, these are all players who can come in and make a difference. I mean, even Tsimikas at times has made a difference, although I've not seen anywhere near enough of him to make a proper judgment of him. But yeah, seeing those three players specifically, and I mean Minamino's the least well known of them, but he can do bits. When he comes onto the pitch, and so it's a lineup. It is a lineup. But I mean, you look at our bench. I mean, we've got Lanzini, Yarmolenko on there. They're two people who can do stuff. Lanzini less so, but Yarmolenko's been doing some stuff more recently. Odubeku as well. I'd like to see. I don't think I'm going to, but I would like to see it. Curtis Jones is warming up to come on now for Liverpool. We'll see how it goes. No defensive mistakes made a huge difference. Defense mistakes killed Spurs. Yeah. 5 a.m. in Melbourne. 5 a.m. This is me watching Japanese wrestling when it's Wrestle Kingdom, and I'm like, oh, I have to be up at 6 to go watch the Graps on like a Thursday or whatever it will be, or staying up for Mania when it ends at like 7 in the morning. Thankfully, it won't this year, but still. Good opportunity here for West Ham, working the ball down the right. Jared Bowen's on the ball. Ben Rama's there. Antonio's there. It comes back. Antonio's got the ball. Good position. Hits it. Wide from Mikel Antonio. It's a great tackle by Craig Dawson, who then decides to go on a bit of a mad one, plays it into Rice, who plays it, strips, plays the ball out. It's a really good opportunity here. Antonio's lucky to get onto it. I don't know why he takes it like that. Frustrating. He didn't have to take it. I think when the ball came in, all you needed to do there was control it and then find a little bit of space. And he gets the control after the mistake. That's fine. That's fair enough. He gets that. But I mean, if we're being honest, he really should have taken that at least facing the goal. He sort of turns and swings his foot at it to try and do it quickly, but it's nowhere near good enough. For me. That's frustrating. Frustrating opportunity. Should have taken it. Jurgen Klopp and Milner having some words on the touchline. And Jones, who's come on instantly involved in the game. Liverpool passing the ball around here. Defense doesn't look as organised as it has been for us. Salah. Oof. Mohamed Salah. He's a good footballer, isn't he? He's a good footballer. Jones, who's just come on, heavily involved in the build-up of that as well. That's frustrating. That's very frustrating. Let's just export this. Let's have a look at it again. Controlled inwards. Jones is charging forward with the ball. Again, he's just come on, lays it off. Trent Alexander-Arnold back to Jones and then Salah. I mean, Aaron Cresswell there. I mean, it's Mohamed Salah, but him and Fornals have just given him the space to walk into. And to be fair to him, he does, and he really does well from that position to put it there. I mean, that's not an easy feat by any stretch of the imagination. So he has done very well, and I think he should be given respect for that. But at the same time, incredibly frustrating. Yarmo coming on, says Big Russ. Come on, Russ. We'll see what happens. Yarmo, probably a good opportunity, I think, for him. We need something else. He brings something a little bit different. I think we need that at this point. Yeah. Frustrating. You'd hope not, Boot. You'd hope not. I'm not convinced, but I hope not. We've shown good to quote Brendan Rodgers, of course. We've shown good character. We've shown good character in the past when it comes to going behind and stuff like that. And they've got no reason to believe we won't do that here. But we are struggling. That was a good opportunity we just haven't taken our opportunities. I mean, that's the easiest way to put it. We just have not taken our opportunities today. When they've been and we needed to take them, we haven't done it. The Antonio one, the Ben Rama one. There's been a couple of corners and whatnot. There's been opportunities to do something here, but we just haven't been fully at the races. Incredibly frustrating. As I said, it is a very good finish by Mohamed Salah. A very good finish from him. Great goal. Defending could have been a bit better, but for him to do that, you've got to... I mean, it's very good, but I'm more frustrated by the defending beforehand with that. I can't lie. The defending before that. I don't think we're going to get 2 today. I think at this point we're not going to get 2. I'd like to see it, but I just don't think. I just don't. We need a striker. If we had a striker, the difference is the quality of strikers. Lots of people talking about that now. Could do a bit of decent hold-up play. They're highlighting all of our weaknesses. Why has our whole midfield been booked? Team believed in its own hype. This is the moment. This is the moment here. Yarmolenko's coming on, I assume, for Bowen. Although I'd be interested to see if it was Antonio, but I would assume it would be Bowen. We need 2 strikers, proper midfield cover, and a better left back. If it was French, you wouldn't hear the end of it. Well, I don't. No comment. If I speak, I am in trouble. Who plays bet right now? Who did it? Who plays bet right now? Is it you? Not me. I don't even know which way I'd bet for this game. I mean, it feels like it's going to be a. It feels like it's going to be. It's a formality for Liverpool at this point. If I was going to bet, but I'm not betting man. It's not the vibe I go with. It's not the vibe I go with. Liverpool have completely done us here so far. You have to give them the credit where credit's due. They really have. Jones does really well again. Can't quite get there. I say Jones has looked good since coming on. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. We struggle to deal with him. Here comes the sub. It is Yarmolenko on for Pablo Fornals. Okay. Pablo Fornals. I assume Yarmolenko then goes to the right and Bowen goes to the left, as we've seen previously with Bowen going on that side. Apparently Bowen stayed on the right, Yarmolenko's down the middle, and now Ben Rama's on the left, according to the commentary team. We'll see how it plays, I guess, but yeah. Odds on another short corner? Probably 100%. whatever 100% is in odds, I don't know because I don't bet, but whatever that is, it's that. Decided to get comfortable. We're at this stage where I'm just like, do you know what? It's comfort time. It's comfort time. Hi, Jan. You're good. Good to see you. How are you? Hope you're well. So if Lingard was on the bench, he probably would have come on then. I don't know. I don't know what Moyes thinks about Lingard or where he thinks of him as a player. I'm interested to see. I would have suspect he would have been on the bench for today if he could be, but if he would have come on a nice good opportunity. Corner comes in, hit, no. Free kick to Liverpool from Thomas Souček. But the corner at least got booted in. The corner at least got booted in. Just fair enough. You got the blankie, Charlie? Of course I do. What do you take me for? What do you take me for? It's safe to assume when I'm on camera, I have the blankie. Blankie is in tow. Safe to assume that. It's a high foot from Souček there, but it's... You know, I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end for it, but I think he had every right to go for that, to be fair. I think he had every right to go for that. This is just, I just feel like this is Liverpool's to lose at this point. I feel like this game's Liverpool's to lose. Did he attempt murder? He did, but in the most fantastical of ways. It wasn't like Dawson where he just put his laces straight through. It was like, I'm doing it, but I'm doing it with panache. You know? Panache. Why didn't I hear his name? Whose name? Is Grealish playing? Is Grealish playing? No, Grealish isn't playing there. You know the man's got a blankie. He's got the blank. Look, the camera's on. The blankie is on. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You got to stay toasty. You know, it's a difficult task. Is doing 2.5 hours on your one. So you got to get yourself comfy. You got to get yourself comfy. We're playing the ball around here, trying to find a space. Ben Rama has taken up on the left-hand side with Yarmolenko in the middle, which is an interesting idea. Don't know if it's the right idea, but it's interesting at least. We'll see whether or not it's the right one. Corner. Corner to West Ham. Don't go short. would be my piece of advice. Don't go short. Just pump it in. Big pumper. Here we go. It is pumped. That was a great corner, to be fair. Dawson over. Yeah. He was claiming a handball, but it is what it is. Harry Day says, show your screen. It's on my phone, fam. It's on my phone. It's on my phone. I can't show my screen because YouTube copyright will destroy me. They will come for us and delete our entire channel despite doing nothing wrong. So I can't. But if you are looking for the match, Harry, the link below, the Discord link, if you click on that, join that. It's free. It's free. It's completely free to join. You just accept the rules and you're in. There's a bit called Stream Links. You have options, 5 different options usually on how you want to watch the game. Have a little look. Have a gander down there. But I can't show you on the screen because YouTube, Susan, will come black me in the face. Liverpool now counter-attacking from a corner. Big pump forward. You've got to respect it. And they've somehow got more men forward than we have. Bick, Shaqiri into Salah. It's 2-0. Perfect counter-attack. Perfect counter-attack from Liverpool there. Great finish from Salah at the end of it as well. Fair play. Fair play. There's not really much you can do about something like that apart from actually take your opportunities. This is a game where we haven't had enough opportunities, but we haven't taken. And the corner from Bowen was played in. Didn't beat the first man. Just headed away. And then a huge punt upfield. Looking for Xherdan Shaqiri, who dinks it over first time. That pass is unreal, to be fair. And then the touch. And then sometimes you see something happen and you've just got to give it plaudits, and that's the time. Both of Salah's goals here have been absolutely brilliant, and that is just another absolutely class finish. When everyone was talking about how weak this Liverpool side was and all this other stuff, and let's not get it wrong, it was somewhat weaker. Let's be real. That is a piece of class. That really is genuinely a piece of class. It's just, there's not much you can do. There is not much you can do in that sense because that's just unreal. Shaqiri comes off and Roberto Firmino comes on now as a. I'm not saying I know things, Kev, but I do know things. It's a great goal. Great goal. Just seen the goal again. It's so good, isn't it? The touch, the dink. It's so good. Shaqiri's ball, by the way. Like, what the heck? That. Ugh, absolutely brilliant. And then the touch from Salah onto his, and then with his other foot, just sliding it past. Just sliding it past Fabianski. And now they bring on Firmino. This game's going one way. This is over for West Ham at this point, I think. I can't see us getting back into this game at all, unfortunately. I want to say something different, but we've not been at the races at all today. Liverpool have completely and utterly dominated us from the start. They've had our number. They've restricted the amount of opportunities we've had, and the ones we have had, we haven't taken them. It was there for the taking at half time, but at this point, it's gone the other way. It's gone the other way. It happens. It is what it is. All things Leeds. Ed, good to see you, sir. How are you? How's things? How's things up north? How are you feeling? How are you vibing? Are you excited for tonight? The Royal Rumble, of course. How are you feeling, Ed? How are you feeling? Probably better than we do about this game. Oh, Ed, also another question. If you go to a chip shop, what are you getting with your chips? Antonio's not on it today. Great shame, no complaints. Liverpool are just better than West Ham. Yeah, really. Sit back for 60 minutes on off for nothing. Liverpool's been so comfortable. I honestly thought we'd give them a game today. I think most people did, to be fair. We're really not up for it. Too many games. Strange. Haven't had the best of days. Pleased after winning, excited for the Rumble. Good. Battered sausage. Yes, Ed. I knew I could rely on you for a big move. I knew I could rely on you. Big move, Ed. Big move. Love a bad sausage. Love that. Seeing some West Ham fans saying Moyes' bad tactics cost them. Come on, Liverpool are a top-class side who have been going through it for months. They're finally turning it around, but whether or not it lasts. I think it's a little bit of both, Slim, is the way I would say it. I think just as much as Moyes' tactics were set up for this, I think we had the warning shots the first time we faced them that they're capable of doing this. And like, if we'd faced them 3 games before this, then maybe I think it probably would have gone a different way. But at this point, it is what it is. It is what it is, you know. You just look at it and you say, what are you meant to do? What are you meant to do? Leon, I'm an LFC fan and I admire your honesty. Thank you, though. Appreciate it. Subscribe when you know right. I don't think there's you just have to look at it and you see when a team's much better than you. I think Liverpool had our number from the start. I think the opening 5 minutes were 50-50, but past that, it was virtually all Liverpool until the last 5 minutes of the first half. I said before the game, we were all getting hyped because it's a weaker Liverpool side, but let's be real about it. That weak Liverpool side still has world-class players like Mohamed Salah in it. And then you look at Xherdan Shaqiri, who killed us the first match, and he's done it again. That ball was unreal from Xherdan Shaqiri. I don't think I think a lot of people who can get a bit too negative about opposition teams. I think sometimes you just got to look at it and go, they were better than us, you know? Just got to. Not the point if he would have done less. The point is we have double standard. Don't call out our favourite player, even though it's deserved. I assume you're talking about Antonio there. I assume, anyway. We're playing crap. Need 2 strikers on, or at worst, but season not overall 6 plays still possible. Yeah, I mean we've got until. I mean, I guess one positive you could look at this is say, this frames tomorrow very differently. I think there would have been a temptation from the higher ups at West Ham to basically not get anyone tomorrow. I think maybe this might make them change their minds. I doubt it, but it could do, and that could be a positive for us. Does this mean we're going to win the league this season, says Major 84? You tell me. I did get a new headset. Thank you to Chuck. I did get a new headset, and my ears are very happy for it. I can tell you that much for a fact. Incredibly happy. No more tape for now. I've even got a headrest bit, which I haven't had in years. So, bring the kid on. I would love to see Odebeka in this game. I think it would be a really good opportunity to see him. Little pressure to get on there, try what you can. The one problem would be, of course, he's not going to get much to any service like Antonio has had today. He's not going to have much to any service, but I would like to see him, just give him the opportunity to do something, you know. Looking forward to Lingard's debut. Better luck next game. Same. I think he'll be on the bench for the next game, certainly. He'll be on the bench. He won't start, but he will be on the bench. And I'd be interested to see if he comes on, where he comes on. Poor team performance. We just sat back and let them play and gain confidence. Playing short corners when we have big guys in the team to attack them. Poor decisions today. Yeah, I can agree with that. I don't know. I wouldn't corner from Liverpool straight in. I don't know if we would. I don't know if it would be a situation looking at that where I would say any of our players have been above a 6 out of 10 if we're talking about player ratings and whatnot, you know? Chippy999, Solomon Gold will not pay a penny tomorrow because we aren't going to get relegated. I do think that's true. And again, I do think if today hadn't happened, they wouldn't have done anything tomorrow. And to be clear, when you say spend, I think we would probably, it's a player on loan is the possibility. We'll see. Hopefully we beat United in the FA Cup. That's the goal, really, isn't it? If we're being honest, we're looking at it and we're saying we can do this, but the FA Cup is where we're more likely to succeed. And Moyes doesn't take cup seriously; he never has. I think this is the one season where even he could look at it as someone who doesn't take the cup seriously and go, actually, we've got an incredible opportunity to do that here, and it would basically restore his reputation in the game if he won it as well. I think there's a huge opportunity for us there, and I think we should be going for full force for it. Full force for it. Still need another points to ensure we stay up. I mean, look, listen, we're almost there. We're almost at the safety point. Once we're there, we're there. Shocking. I've turned off, says Aaron. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't think you're going to miss it much, apart from maybe a Liverpool third at this point, unfortunately. This is why at the moment we're never going to be a top 4 team. We need a better striker for start. Yeah, I think we just need to be better in the attacking third entirely. I think that's our big problem is we just don't have a good enough attacking third. And I'm not even talking about maybe individuals, although Antonio, I think we could get a better actual striker as opposed to a makeshift one to an extent. I think we just need to be more clinical in that half. I think in the final third, I think we need to be better suited in the final third. I think that's a tactics thing. I think that's a player thing. You know, I think that's what separates us from the top 6. Even like there's that gap, and then of course the depth. What we're seeing, we do not have the depth. Personally, that's what I would say. On the plus side, I did get Lenny Henry right as the blob and oh, there you go. I've never actually watched The Masked Singer, but it does trend every time it's on, so I should probably give it a shot at some point. But I don't have a television. I mean, I do have a television. That's how I'm watching the game today. No, I'm watching the game legally today. It's fine. But I do, need a way to watch stuff. Top half and a good cup run, anyone? I think that's what we need. I think that's what we should be aiming for. Slim Reaper, Charlie, do you think West Ham fans need to be a little bit more realistic? You were so close to getting relegated last season, but now you're a top 6 team at the moment. You've done some great things this season, lads. I think. Sorry, Mark Noble and Ryan Fredericks have just come up on my screen. Do you remember when I said Mark Noble 69? I was close, weren't I? Who are they coming on for? That'd be interesting. Let's have a look. Good to see you, Duvet Dancer. Come back for the review, of course. Jay and Gonzo will be live full-time doing their thing. Antonio coming off. Okay, so Antonio coming off from Mark Noble, which I assume means Yarmolenko goes up front, and then Noble takes up his place in the midfield. And then Ryan Fredericks comes on for... I'm waiting to see Jared Bowen. Okay. Okay. So where was that question we were talking about? Do you think I think it's one of those things where do you think we need to be more realistic? I think a lot of fans are daring to dream at the moment because of how it's been. I think today's game is sort of a crashing back down to earth in a harsh way kind of day. But realistically, I mean, I think a lot of fans are just daring to dream because we don't get to dream too often. Is it a case of realism? I said I'd be happy with 9th. That's how I predicted we'd finish. I said I'd predicted we'd go 9th and then maybe get to like a quarters of the FA Cup the other week. and I'd stick with that. I think that's fine. I think I'd be happy with that. And I think realistically, once we get to the end of the season, it'll be a case of people will be more accepting of it. But now in the moment, I think it's a case of it's a very raw emotion because today I think a lot of fans had such high expectations going into this game of really taking it to Liverpool, who are the champions, and getting a good victory. Like I said, people were saying 2-0 to us, 3-0 to us, stuff like that. I think it's a case of just it's a harsh crash landing today. And once you see on the back of that, as the weeks go on, I think you'll see a more realistic, if you want to word it like that, expectation and thinking. But I think what we see today is just the realization of where we are at as a team. You know, we've had a lot of good results, a lot of good play, and a lot of really good games, but we are missing pieces. We are not a top 6 team, in my opinion. I don't think we ever have been. I think we've got the pieces to become a top 6 team, and that's starting 11, certainly, but we're not quite there yet. I think it's a case of looking at that, sort of reassessing, and again, tomorrow, it puts a different spin on tomorrow. We have to go out there. We have to find a striker. I still think it'll be someone on loan. I thought it would have been Wang Hee-chan, but then that's not worked out. Obviously, I thought it would have been someone on loan. But just to give us that little bit of depth, and then anything else we can get, be it a left back or a centre mid or whatever we can get in tomorrow, I think we should do. Strengthen the squad for the rest of this season and finish strongly. But today you won't see much. Today won't be a day for much of that, because it is just a case of it's a harsh crash landing today. It's a harsh crash landing for most teams. Oh, it's for the Rumble. Oh yeah, you'd love to see. You'd love to see it. Listen, he's won the Money in the Bank. He might be able to win a Rumble as well. You know, you'd love to see it. Players are on a bonus if they don't cross. If they don't cross accurately, we get crosses in. They're just terrible most of the time. Not enough depth yet. Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's a case of depth more than anything. You want to see us be able to change it up and give people rests. We've had so many games and we're playing the exact same 11 because we just don't have the depth. We have 2 senior attacking players on the bench. We have Odebeka on there as well, but he's played like 5 minutes of professional football. Outside of that, we've got 2 senior attacking players on the bench, and one of them's not even come on. So it is what it is. I think we just need more. Your West Ham, you can't have high expectations from any seasons you've just survived like these. We demand a lot, but we have to be realistic and realize that we're not going to win every game. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair point. I think it's just one of those ones where it was. I think it's just one of the ones where we did have high expectations for this game because it's arguably one of the better times to face Liverpool. I think the best time to face Liverpool was 2 weeks ago, but one of the better times, certainly, looking at their side. But again, as I said earlier, their weakened side is still incredible. What happened to Connor commentary is a good question. I don't know. I don't know what happened to Connor commentary. I would have liked to have seen him involved in the squads more often, but you know, the best part of our team is Moyes and backroom staff. I'd agree with one of those. I'd agree with backroom staff, certainly, and I think most people would agree about David Moyes. Personally, I wouldn't, but I think most people would. And I love our backroom staff. I really do. I was thinking about this the other day. I think part of our squad togetherness should go to someone like Kevin Nolan. Do you remember how together our squad felt under Kevin, and now he's back and it's happened again? I don't necessarily think that's a coincidence. Connor commentary's injured, apparently. That makes sense. Always had me at 60-40, not anymore. Yeah. I don't know. This is a single game for me. In the heat of the moment, you feel one way. In the heat of the way, you feel one moment, you might not another. Liverpool on the attack here. We've sort of had the ball, but not really been doing much with it. Alexander-Arnold plays it in to Firmino. 1-2. Roberto Firmino plays it in. Goal. It's 3. It's Gigi Wijnaldum. Someone reportedly on his way out. Someone reportedly on his way out of the club, and he still gets a goal. Still gets a game, still gets a goal. And it's another really good goal from Liverpool. It's another really good goal from Liverpool. They have been all over us today. All over us. Let's just look at this a bit more closely. They're passing the ball around well. Salah's dropped really deep. They're just linking up. They're honestly pulling us apart like nothing here. Firmino lays it short. The back heel from, I think, Alexander Oxlade-Chamberlain Firmino basically in the 6-yard box, pulls it back for Wijnaldum, who's in just huge space, who just can tap it past Fabianski at that point. It's 3-0. It's a good finish from Liverpool. It's a great game from Liverpool. They are officially back on the title hunt. I don't know if I want to go that far, but you know what I mean. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's 3. And it's live. Very disappointing for performance all round. We played for a draw for some reason. I don't even think we did that. I think we just set up as we always set up. I don't think there was any difference here. I just think it's a bad performance. If you asked me to pick out a difference in performance in this one and the first Liverpool one, I couldn't find a few. I couldn't find a few. My new lucky West Ham top ain't so lucky anymore, Stephen. It's a shame. It is a shame. It is a shame. You'd love to see it, but it is what it is. It's a corner for West Ham. Corner for West Ham. Consolation would be nice. Change the vibe a little bit. Jared Bowen? No, he went off. Who's over the ball? Oh, I don't remember. Played in. Headed over. Robson gets it. Robson gets it for another one. It's yet another corner. Who is taking the corner? Oh, it's Aaron Crespo. Of course it is. I was trying to think who has a left foot. What is happening there? I should have known. But Cresswell to take it again. Corner. Played in. Comes in. He scored. It's Craigie. Big Craigie. Yes. Yes. Big Craigie Dawson. Is there a hot finish incoming? Is there a hot finish incoming? 4 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Can we come back from this? The answer is definitely no, but Big Craigie Dawson, he's not listening. Cresswell with the corner, plays it in. It's into a really good space, a really, really good space. And Craig Dawson, not even with his head, just slots it home with his foot. Oh. Robertson sort of gets a mild touch to it as it comes through, but Big Craigie. Rather Dawson up front. Game. Come on. Come on. Repeat the Spurs game. Come on. I'm not taking my shirt off, though. I'm not taking my shirt off. Jesus, you're pint. Yeah. There's not much I can do, unfortunately. It's not because I took big. No, boot. How could you do that? How could you do that? It's a big Craigle. How could you do it? Well, man, Big Craig, and you've just taken him off. See, Superman, probably he's a baller. Why are you taking him off like that? Yes, Millie and Dada. Just 1 3. Congrats. Big plays. It's just Craig Dawson. Glenn, good to see you for a start, Glenn. Another corner, West Ham doing West Ham things, mate. Craig Dawson doing Craig Dawson things coming up. Listen, 20 is a win. 20 is a win. I would take that all day. I would have taken it all day. And as we've done it, we've gone straight back to full force defensive output. Every single player, just watching Liverpool pass it around in front of him. Not a hint of going for it. But Dawson, come on. Poor pass. We lose out the ball again. We are where we are now. It's an incredibly frustrating game to watch today, but made that little bit sweeter with a cheeky Craigie boy. He's David Moyes' man. He's better than Varane. Craig Dawson. Made that a little bit sweeter. I feel a little bit better about it. I feel a little bit better. consolation helps our goal difference. That's actually a great point because our goal difference has been terrible to begin with. We're still in the positives, at least I think, but we've got a poor goal difference comparatively to everyone else, certainly. So to see just keep it low, especially against this team, who I think if this Liverpool side if this was a full strength Liverpool side on full cylinder, they would have absolutely demolished us today. So we've got to keep the goal difference all right. We've got to keep that goal difference all right if we hope. I said this at the time, Slim, and no one believed me. And yet here we are, Big Craigie getting yet more goals for the boys. I said this from the start. I'm going to keep claiming that because it's Craig bloody Dawson. What, man? Played out wide to Mohamed Salah again, trying to find some space. Can't quite. That's a good tackle, actually, to be fair. By Ben Rama, who's done well there. Ben Rama, fair play. Ben Rama does really well there. He tackles the ball off Salah, goes on a good run, gets the ball forward, and Yarmolenko is just sprinting forward with no real idea of what he's doing. And he tries to play the ball to him. It's so difficult. I don't know. Fo also agreed. Fo also spoke about Craig Dawson. Respect him. Respect him. You need to give him the respect. Question, guys. I've noticed that you guys have done well in the first half of games against Chelsea, United, and Liverpool. Why the drop off in the second half? My opinion on this is unpopular. I'll start by saying that, Glenn. My opinion is not one that is held by most West Ham fans. I think in those games you see it against. I think we're playing at our peak, whereas those teams aren't. And so if they can step it up even a single gear, then it becomes a bigger problem. So as time goes on and as the game goes on, if they can carry on raising their game, which is what big teams need to do, that, then it gets to a case where we're already playing at our peak and they just surpass us. Liverpool in the last game was a great example when we faced them, and they brought on Shaqiri and Jota, and we were relatively safe, but they just kept raising their levels, and then Shaqiri and Jota came on two fresh legs and did the damage against us. I think it's that kind of thing. I don't think it's a case of. I think that's just it's the unfortunate when you're playing out of your skin and the rest of the team is not quite there. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I look at it. I think it's a case of they just grow into the game a little bit more, whereas we're already at our peak, sort of thing. Which, it's a good opportunity, but just not quite one. Just not quite the one, I don't know. Ugh. Full time at the London Stadium. It's West Ham United 1, Liverpool 3. It is what it is. Thanks for the live stream. Best wishes. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate it. So, everyone, there will be a review, of course, live on this channel coming up momentarily. Once Gio and Gonzo are ready, I'll be able to pass that on to you. I will be doing that momentarily, but here it is. Thank you all for watching. I genuinely do appreciate it. If you're new around here, make sure to subscribe. If you drop a like while you're here as well. That super helps us out. That helps us out like gargantuanly. What I'll do is one last thank you to everyone in the chat who's here currently. Thank you to Alan, Arthur, Ben, Boot, Chippy999, Chuck, Quarto, Eric, Foe, Glenn Kitely. Good to see you again once more. Ionix, James Gunn, Jeffrey Steady, Justin, KM, Caden, Kenny, Liverpool the Best, Millie Dada, MTB UK, NH Hammer, Scott B, Slim Reaper, Stevie 50, Stephen and Lysette Broomfield, and the True Cockney Dying Breed. Thank you very much for joining me. Here is the link. That is the link to the review with Gio and Gonzo. Go watch it, absorb it, enjoy it. I think it's good. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you do. See how they feel about the game. Until then, I will be back for the next game whenever it is. I can't remember when. Enjoy it. We've got this tonight. We've got Talk West Ham tonight. We've got loads of stuff coming up. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I will see you. I'll see you on the flip side. See you later, everyone. Bye.